Okay, so welcome back, everyone. So normally I just jump straight in and we do the intro, but I'd like to talk a little bit before we start the game, and I talk even more. Let's see. During session 0, before the game started, we generated characters, and we also talked about our social contract. For more on that, see Tasha's Cauldron. One of the things we went over while discussing it was everyone's hard and soft limits. Stuff like drugs and alcohol, horror thresholds, various social issues, and general spookum tolerances. So I have a pretty good idea where my players' thresholds are, but we may be pushing this session. Uh, so for the benefit of both my players and the future VOD watchers, here's a small list of trigger warnings for this episode. Feel free to you turn off the sound or tune out your mic or whatever you need to do, deafen yourself, or tune in as suits you. Body horror, drowning, eldritch horror, arachnophobia, agoraphobia, darkness, involuntary imprisonment, possession, tentacles, tragic things happening to family members, and illithids. Uh, if any of that is not is going to mess with you, feel free to deafen yourselves, and I'll shoot a message into the general chat, into the campaign chat when we're done with the scene. Cool.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds great. Fritz, you're fucked.
Okay, cool. So with that out of the way, we are going to roll the intro.
True lies, cats' cries, late at night on the run, magic ties, falling night, the moon shines down. Careful who you trust, if only you must stay alive with them. Take your time, solve the crimes. It's better off when you're gone.
And we are back.
Woohoo!
And what a back it is.
And what a back it is.
Last time on the Unsung City, our 6 brave heroes infiltrated the clock tower, and after disposing of the guards on the ground floor, ascended the stairs and engaged in combat with Johny Falcone and his men. On top of the Clockwork at the peak of the tower. After a pitched battle in which many of them nearly lost their lives, one last pistol shot from Shamrock put a bullet between Falcone's eyes, bringing an abrupt end to the deadly melee. Now we rejoin them in the aftermath.
Nice rhyme.
So, we are back, and Don't need the Clockwork boss battle, so we can just have our regular Clockwork. So, we are back. Johny Falcone has just fallen to the ground, dead. And the last of Johny Falcone's men lay dead and scattered about the gears. You all have a moment to stop and catch your breath.
Shamrock just coming back from his moment at the end of last session, just sort of looks down at his gun. I didn't think that was that good of a shot.
So should we have killed that guy?
Which one?
Falcone. I feel like we probably should have asked some questions first.
Well, listen, a good priest. I don't think it's going to do much good now.
Well,
They may have wanted him alive.
All of you can make knowledge underworld, probably history.
His story.
Yeah. Look at me.
I'm having trouble hearing Charles in Discord.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, those are some pretty bipolar roles happening over here.
I know a lot about the underworld, but not this.
Not
Fritz
yet.
is
Did you
very
wanna make a
pretty.
history?
Hey!
Oof. Okay, so those of you who got more than a 14, which is Francis, formerly, and Rin. Surprisingly, Rin, your DC was a little higher because you're not from here. Know of something called the Omerta, which is the law by which the underworld runs. Part of that is that you don't just go in and shoot up a bar during a deal on neutral ground. Just as a wild example, nor are you supposed to keep mob presence in the neutral territory, which is the shopping district.
Which is where we are, I assume?
Done, yes.
Yes.
Falcone has done both. So, according to the rules of the Omerta, if the underworld enforcers from Italy don't get him first, he's basically free game.
A criminal among criminals.
Yes. I mean, even criminals have their own code.
These days.
Or at
Professionals have standards.
Or,
Yep.
yeah, something like that. Or at least the organized ones do.
So it's not a situation of like Vanessa might have wanted him alive so she could torture him or something like that.
I mean, she would have probably loved to torture him, but
It's not
Uh,
expected.
it's
Excuse me.
not. Yeah, I mean, if you did
That would have just gotten
kill
us
him,
brownie point.
if you did kill him, no one would shed a tear, or
Okay.
come after you about it, except maybe Falcone's men.
Alright.
But he kind of threw the first punch in this one.
A little
Alright.
bit with, all the guns.
Yeah.
So-
if you want to scoop up the guns, there are. Tell me you guys didn't hear that.
I heard something.
There's a beep? Question mark?
Okay, yeah, that was my text message tone. Sorry about that. Turn
You
that
good.
down a little bit. So you gather up 6 handguns, You get a shotgun and a Tommy gun. And are you searching Falcone's body as well?
Yes,
Might as
please.
well.
Also, I'd like to... Wait, never mind. I was gonna say gentle repose, but I don't think I have that.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
so-
really quiet.
So
I'm
6
really
handguns.
trying. I don't know, man. I switched to this mic because it was clearer than the other one, but I don't think that's working either.
Just
I hear
keep
you a
the mic
little-
a little closer to your face.
Or you can bump up his volume in Discord. That's what I do.
I've
have it up.
maxed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's not
have.
max.
I have him at like 200% already.
Yeah.
I do hear you better than I did earlier, a little bit. So
Okay.
that is something. But
Right. So 6 handguns, 1 shotgun.
On Falcone.
Does this at all help?
that is better. Yes.
Yes, that's much better.
Lovely.
You find
There we go.
6 platinum pieces, 44
Wow.
gold pieces, 21 silver pieces, 53 copper pieces. You find a pistol of warning, a mystery key, a candle of the deep, a +1 shotgun, a cloak of many fashions, and 2 potions of greater healing.
Is someone writing this down?
I was until like halfway through that, and yeah, that's a lot of
You
things.
got the money, right?
No.
I do it. Wait, money is in his pocket change or the ones we got from the chests?
I'll just
his
post
pocket
it in the treasure and loot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Nani's gonna check out the turrets and see if they're still usable.
They appear to have been bolted in place with pretty big industrial bolts. But they are technically still working.
Alright. Let's see
I
here.
believe they have the stats of...
Oh, she's gonna melt those bolts and check the weight on them.
Even... you only do like, what, a D4 acid or a D6?
Yeah.
Even your D6 would take you like 10 minutes per bolt to melt it. You would probably need to do it in any kind of speed. You would probably have to come down here with, or up here, I should say, with some heavy cutting equipment. But you can definitely like break it off its mount and just get another mount later.
Oh, that works then.
You do have an artificer.
Cough.
I'm
Yes,
sure
I
the
am.
artificer has some manner of cutting tool upon his person. So that in the document, those are heavy machine guns,
Fancy.
which follow all the heavy machine gun rules, and they also have an ammo box, which you
Okay.
are free to take.
Bet. Alright. Let's see, where do we got that I can break these off with?
Francis is gonna go over to Falcone and grab Fritz and say we should take the body with us back.
Yeah, it won't
Don't
seem
want to be leaving that
suspicious at
here.
all.
Fritz has the bag of holding, right?
How big do you think
Yeah,
the
I
bag
have.
of holding is?
I do have the bag of holding. That seems a little. I don't know how it works.
Big.
We might be
Someone
hitting our
shank him?
max limit here.
A bag of holding is about the same size opening as like a plastic grocery sack.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
It doesn't just cartoonishly grow. Yeah.
It's a small mustard bag.
No,
It can hold
just
a lot,
have-
but
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
it
grab the
holds a
machete
lot.
and take his head off. I'll take my machete
Oh.
and take his head off.
There we go.
Okay.
Sure, loose
I'll
hand
throw that
style.
in the bag.
we should take
This is fine
the body.
For one night,
Chunk.
right?
I was about to say, can you just hold the body for me?
What do
Yeah.
you want?
He already
Right.
macheted it, dude. He already
Oh,
I already
macheted
ha-
it.
I already
It's
have it handled.
terrifying.
Don't you worry about it.
Just take the head.
Yeah, that's what I did. I macheted that off already.
Okay.
Okay. Keep in mind that those heavy machine guns are 30 pounds each.
Yeah.
When you consider your carrying capacity.
Noted. If we got room in the bag, probably put in that.
Do,
So,
do I hear any alarms or anything like sirens?
We
Uh,
should go regardless, right?
yeah. Okay. So, are you
There's
guys
a lot.
heading back to the manor?
Seems like the place to go right now.
Yeah, I would agree
Turn
with that.
our job.
I guess. Or it would be
Yeah.
nice, like, late, but, you know, we do have a head, so.
I think she'll take us.
So you head. Let's minimize this. And we're going back to. Not that one. Happened to my. So, actually, all of this should be gone. So, you come back to the manor, driving up, all incredibly banged up.
Wait, hold on. Did we case the rest of the joint back there?
I mean, you've
Uh,
literally killed everyone in the building.
Okay. I just didn't know if there was more boxes of shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
think
assume
we
that
hit
you-
every corner.
I don't think
Yeah, you hit every corner, really.
Okay.
I'll just let you know for time saving measures there are no more boxes.
Okay, cool. Alright.
So, you come back to the manor, and you're let in, and Vanessa is sitting having a late repast with Leslie as they're discussing stuff. You walk in covered in bullet holes and bleeding a lot, and she goes,
Francis is limping.
yeah. She goes, "Oh my! What on earth happened to you?"
Well, we
got
found
business taken care of.
No.
Oh my God, am I still in the telephone? No. Okay. Good.
No.
Okay. Good. Sorry. Voxal said I was in telephone. I was like, "Oh my God, have I been doing this entire thing in that voice?" Okay. Good.
No, you're good.
Jesus.
But
okay.
imagine if you were.
But imagine if I was. Alright, so...
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be something. So, she asks if you guys are okay, and obviously you're not.
Machine guns hurt.
We figured out who it was that did that hit on the. Let me look at my notes about the name of the fucking bar. The Midnight Maiden. It was Falcone, the one who did it. We took care of him though.
Did you?
I'm gonna reach into the bag of holding and pull out his head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is
Some of his
she-
boys were.
I hold it back.
lovely.
I was okay. Apparently he's done.
Lovely. Did you, did you see his tattoo?
Tattoo.
Tattoo?
Oh.
We did.
He's got a tattoo on the back of his neck.
Flip
I'll
that head
look at the back
around.
of the back.
There is no tattoo there.
Oh, fuck.
Then who is this?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I thought so. You see,
Oh my god!
he... Johny Falcone likes to use... Johny Falcone likes to use body doubles a lot. I was suspicious when you said you killed him when he just knocked over one of the gambling dens downtown.
Huh.
Around this time.
Well, hope he's gonna come home to a
However-
mess then.
However,
I knew we should have looked into the casino. I knew it.
However, now we know who he is, and the rat can't hide forever. The Omerta may be slower than regular justice, but it's a lot more final.
Well, I suppose the good news is they were holed up in the watchtower in Market District, but
Strike 2 out of 1.
I think they're evicted, so to speak.
Good. That's supposed to be neutral territory. Now don't
Well,
worry.
You might want to consider neutral territory not so neutral when it comes to them anymore.
Oh, don't worry. Daddy's cousins over in Italy may be a bunch of blowhards, but this certainly lit a fire under their asses, and they've already sent some men from the old country to deal with Falcone. He's not going to be a problem much longer. Now that I know where to point them, this should be resolved fairly quickly. Thank you. You have done an excellent job, as I knew you would.
We appreciate the
I would offer
confidence.
you, I would offer you some of this delicious spread, but it looks like you're all about to fall off your feet. Please go down and see Ramon, and while you are working for the Lucianos, he will see to all of your medical needs.
I hope he has a good forge.
Out of character. This is so that you don't have to. Basically, each mob family has their own private doctors. That way, your strange bullet wounds and unexplained other cuts and such
Fell down some stairs.
don't get written down in hospital logs.
Alrighty.
So basically, whenever you do a job for them, any healing that you need is on them to be sorted out. Yeah. So you guys will get to put your HP back to max.
Sweet.
Oh boy.
You can also buy, if you'd like to, while you're down with Ramon, you may also buy potions.
I need to buy a healer's kit at some point.
You can buy a healer's kit from Ramon.
Oh,
There
yeah.
is also a market district filled with magic shops, many of which I have already made up, but no one has ever gone to.
We haven't really had the moment to do it yet, to be fair.
A couple days.
We've been busy.
We're exploring.
Yeah.
True. All
We've
right.
been
How
busy
much-
killing the wrong man.
So
How much is a
gonna-
potion?
A potion? It's the standard listed price.
Should be 50 for normal. Am I right?
Potions of healing. I believe it's 50. It's either 25 or 50.
It's definitely not 25. Those things get expensive real fast.
You can buy any up to uncommon from him. So I believe that would be up to greater. Yeah. And
it's
the
uncommon,
graders are going to be... What was the regular one? 50?
Yep.
So the graders are going to be 100. Twice as much healing, twice the
Depends.
price.
Are we? Who's taking the 2 healing potions that we stole off Falcon's? Not Falcon's corpse.
Make that 3 graded potions. We got a bit of a haul.
I'd like to take one of them if that's alright.
All right. Can I get my bag back? If you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
The inside of your extra-dimensional space is covered in blood.
Not again.
That's the 3rd time this week.
I don't think it actually gets on any of the rest of it. But I'd say there's like a 1% chance that there's blood on your hand when you take your stuff out.
Well, that's going to need cleaning.
100 the rest of the time.
So I think it's actually supposed to be like 500 gold for a greater healing potion, but that's stupid, so... We'll say it's 100.
Yeah, the pricing
for
for potions are a bit much.
Yeah, like I said, hyperinflation has hit big in 5e.
Yeah, great healing's uncommon, so yeah, it'd be 500.
Yeah, so we'll just say it's 100 for now. Because you're buying
Actually, might be 2. Either.
How much would my healer's kit be? Just so I know, so I can do that.
Whatever it says. Whatever the list
Okay.
price of the healer's kit is.
Alrighty.
Healer's kit.
Kids.
Is standard rarity, which means nothing to me.
5 gold.
Cost 5 gold.
Easy. Alright.
Yes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
cool. So,
Gonna get a potion.
yeah.
How much would it be to get the turrets installed to the front of a car like that one taxi in Twisted Metal?
City.
Oh my god.
It'd be
Why don't you
very
talk-
obvious.
Why don't you talk to your artificer about that during your downtime?
Oh,
Okay.
okay. You need to convince Shamrock to do a thing.
Many questions.
So, you guys, let's just...
Shamrock dealing with this circus.
So, let's say, you guys head back to... Where
Oh,
is...
I like we can carry them everywhere. I just thought, hey, it's a good idea.
I mean, it's an idea.
Let's say you guys head back to the Shamrock and Clover Detective Agency. Is that...
Home sweet home.
Did it copy only those 2? Lovely. Okay, hold on. Fucking... Go to my token locker. Copy.
Every time they
Delete.
pass a homeless person on the way there, Fritz is just gonna pointedly look at formerly and then look away.
God, I'm
You gonna kill this one too? Huh?
Basically, he doesn't actually say it, but he insinuates it with his eyes.
The look is there.
Okay, cool. So you are back at the Shamrock and Clover Detective Agency. You guys have a chance to divvy up your loots before you head back to your own places for the night.
You mean here for
Alright.
me?
Sure.
What?
Yeah.
That was the
futon's
agreement?
all yours.
I mean, there is a bed.
In the new remodels, Shamrock and the Clover Detective Agency. Now that actually has a map.
Now with map.
Enhancements.
Zoom and enhance.
Yeah, technology.
For the purposes of time, because boy, there's a lot to get through, let's say that you guys can split up the loot between sessions. Between
Okay.
yourselves,
Okay.
unless there's something you guys really need to go over right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm already mathing it out, but yeah.
I know if no one else wants it, Francis wants that cloak, but That's about it.
So as far as pertinent things, we got 1 pot of healing, 3 pots of greater healing, fancy cloak, this weird candle, some key, and a bunch of guns.
I believe the candle of the deep is basically a candle that doesn't go out underwater,
Something like that.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think Fritz should get that.
Why do you
Fritz does
say
a lot of
that?
swimming. I'm sure.
Well, you know,
Yeah, well,
you do all your little stage stuff. Thought a candle might suit you well.
I mean, I do go to a lot of places with private pools, or at least I used to.
It'd be a cool party trick. Hey, watch this
Well,
candle.
Very,
I'll take the dumb candle, thanks.
Alright, so that's... Alright, so that's 600% of your allotment. Alright, so you guys divvy all that stuff up, and interesting. So you lay out the glass lens and the jade pyramid on the table, and comparing them, it does look like they go together somehow. Maybe not like actually slotted together, but the symbols are related enough that you can tell they're used together in some manner.
DM, with my background, could I do a check on those funky little symbols?
Sure, go ahead and try.
What check? Was
That would be an Arcana. Sorry, yeah, Arcana for sure.
Thank you. Hot damn, little man!
Oh, wow.
We're going
Well,
hot
then.
tonight. All right, so yeah, you recognize those as ritual foci.
Not great.
You can't tell what ritual, but these are definitely foci for a ritual of some kind. Perhaps if you spend, some time researching and trying to puzzle it out, like reverse engineer the ritual, you might be able to figure out what this does or what it could be used for. But right now, just spending 30 seconds to a minute puzzling it over, it looks like each one of these is a focus for a ritual, and they both work together in that ritual, but you can't tell what.
I hate that. Guys, do you mind if I take these just to do some blanket research on them? I've seen some of these symbols before in text, but I don't know what they do.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Steph, tell us if you figure out anything, I guess.
I will.
If you don't mind, I'm probably going to do some stuff that I need to do alone. Sword-related stuff. I don't know, maintenance.
Gonna go do sword thing.
And we all look so convinced.
Yeah, that was really
Do you think
nothing abnormal
I'm
there.
sorry, I'm just out of it. No, legit, I'm just out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, have fun polishing your sword.
So Rin goes off into another room. Nadia. You headed back
Back where?
to the circle?
I was trying to find out if I can just take the turret things.
Didn't object to that.
I mean,
No.
you're welcome?
You're welcome.
I mean, Kit, you realize how big these guns are, right?
Yeah.
And you realize how big guns stick out in cities?
I mean, I'd pay money to see you
Jim.
just walking down the street with two big guns.
Or a big fucking.
I have a car. I was going to put them in the trunk. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah. That's Shamrock's job.
You see Shamrock in a state of, if he had a brain, he would probably be in the starting of a headache right now. But
Do you have an objection to them having the gun?
not to the gun, more to the absurd nature of what's happening.
So
Now to get
it's
to the
all
front of
yours,
the car.
Nadia.
Oh,
I assume that you head back to the circle to rest and report what's happened.
okay.
And Jack, Francis, Fritz, and formerly you each have your own places to go to.
Yeah,
I think so.
Cool. So.
Shamrock.
I will
They
say,
always
while they're
feel-
divvying up.
Oh, hold on. Shamrock, someone spoke to you.
Yes?
I was just
Speaking for
we all
every
meet
piece.
up here tomorrow.
I'll be here, so swing on by if you want.
Noted. I'll see you then.
Alright.
Hopefully we'll hear from Vanessa by then.
I hope. Shamrock just looking upon all the people, just being very interesting. And is curious.
Excellent.
He's seen many people, like in his 7 years of life, but these ones are especially different.
Alright, so who wants to go first?
For what?
For your
Being tortured.
for your wrap up.
If no one else wants to, I will go first. I don't mind.
Excellent. So Francis, where are you spending the night?
I'm assuming I'm gonna go back to that place before. If not, then I'm gonna call. I'm gonna
I mean, you have
find
enough
a
money. You
hotel.
can get an apartment now.
I'm just gonna find a hotel room for tonight and see what
Fine,
happens.
hotel. Okay, cool. So, you get back to the hotel room and you break out a bottle of scotch and probably a cigar.
Hell yeah.
And you you kind of like even though the magical healing has taken place, you're still sore as hell. And so you're just kind of relaxing in a chair, trying to stop wheel your muscles to stop aching. And you there's a knock on your door. Sorry, a package came for you. I'll just leave it outside. And then they leave.
All right.
The sound of someone leaving.
I will, I guess, go to the door. Is there a peep? I'm assuming there's like a peephole on the door I can look out.
There's no one out there.
All right, I'll go and I'll grab the package, I guess.
Okay.
I want to look at it and make sure it's not going to explode. I don't know. Listen for ticking, I guess. I don't know.
It does not
It's a
tick.
pipe bomb.
It feels like it's maybe like 5-10 pounds, something like that.
Okay.
I'm not good at estimating weights. But it looks like it's wrapped in like a stereotypical brown manila wrapping paper, tied up with twine. On top of it is a note. Opening up, it reads, "Dear Francis, I have not made any progress in locating your missing wife or daughter, but a far-sighted friend said that son. Was it son? I thought it was daughter.
Nope, it's son.
Son, okay. The wife or son. But a far-sighted friend said that this will be useful to you. I dare not doubt her word on this. I hope it serves you well. Vanessa." Closing the door, you walk over to the table and you undo the twine and tear off the paper, and it looks to be some kind of like bound journal. It's a collection of old mythologies, personal accounts, and scientific ramblings from a xenobiologist on the possible anatomy of the creatures in the myths and accounts. Holding up the book and turning it around, you see a particular page has been marked with a thin rectangle of black card with an AM monogrammed on it in gold leaf and a small pointing hand.
AM. Okay.
Yes. Following the hand, you see the pointing finger. You see the title of the section: Tentaculus Factium, the Quaran, and the Labian Laligo. Sorry. Ooh, Latin's hard. More commonly known as the myth of the cave squid. Oh yes.
Oh,
This will do
okay.
you nicely.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna read through that book. Read through all those notes
Yes, I've already
for the rest of
shown
the night.
you the note, the item that you're getting.
Yeah, you showed me that on Sunday.
Yes. Okay, cool. So, Francis is taken care of. Let's just go up the list. Shamrock. You're sitting at your desk, at your workbench. While healing spells may seal holes in your dermis, you have long since come to learn that no matter how many times you get patched up, you always need to do some fine-tuning of the servos and arcana conductors. As you are doing
the tenants right.
As you are doing your routine maintenance on your arm, soldering up loose connections and replacing fatigued parts, you find something along the main thermic conduit node running into your arm. Putting a probe on it, you find it siphoning off a chunk of your processing power and energy. Puzzled, you check the rest of the nodes on your body and find similar devices. Acting on an educated guess, you short out one of the one in your arm, and instantly you feel your processors free up and more power flow into your core. Odd.
That's interesting.
Shorting out and then removing each of these devices, you lay them out on the workbench and you feel your temper nearly boil over. You recognize these devices. Inhibitor circuits. Over half a dozen of them sitting before you on the bench. Together, they probably limited you to 10% of your processing power, not to mention what he was doing to your energy efficiency. As you absorb the sheer violation that has been done to you, your eyes are drawn towards a pile of blueprints you've been tinkering with. And as you pull it down and spread it out, all of the problems that stymied you before just melt away in front of your newly awakened intelligence. Time passes in a blur as you sit back and lay down your pen. An hour later, a new device is laid out before you in sharp lines and smooth curves. You too have been discussed the device that you have been granted.
Shamrock just cracks his fingers if he could. Time for an upgrade.
And we'll cut to there. Now, Rin.
Yes.
You meditate, focusing on the sword, and reach down into it, and your perception shifts. You open your eyes, and you are inside a clearing. You're inside a clearing with a great torii gate before you. The stars wheel overhead, and the crickets chirp. Sitting opposite you is a large kitsune, its mighty body and each tail chained down and pinned to the rock beneath it. The chains covered in sutras and seals. As crickets chirp, the fox's gaze shifts to you. Welcome to my prison, young fox. Make yourself at home. I'd offer you tea, but I'm a bit tied up at the moment. The fox shifts slightly in its feathers. Why have you come to me?
I have come to talk about our deal.
Ah, I see you finally noticed the edges of the seal. Tell me, if you were unjustly imprisoned, what would you give to be free?
Everything.
Indeed. I'm sure you've heard my tale. I hear that it's told often to all the children. But do you know the true story?
Few do, for little remains of those days. However, as time goes on, more becomes uncovered. It would be interesting to hear the tale from your angle.
What's the tale they told you? That I cursed the Emperor and nearly killed him and then was chased off and hunted down, something like that, right? An evil kitsune.
That is one, yes, although there are many.
She lets off a barking laugh. So, he did manage to get his side told. That I cursed the Emperor, the man I loved? No. My only crime was spurning the advances of scheming court official, refusing to spread my legs like a common geisha. And then he poisoned the Emperor and bribed an astrologer to say that it was my doing. She growls viciously, that damn Long Wenzu. If ever I come to meet him in his next lives, I shall slay him 1,000 times over.
Would it not be better to prove yourself better than what they have told?
I'm far too old to change my ways, but you said you'd give anything to be free, and so will I. Break the seal upon me, and my power is yours.
On one condition. That it is on my terms.
Yeah, she looks at you and continues. Well, I'm hardly in a position to bargain, am I? The katana
I will not
appears
hear.
in your hand.
Alright. I'm going to draw it.
Okay, go, yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and draw it. And use slash up the first seal.
So you slash the first chain, and it shatters, and she lets loose a mighty roar of triumph as the katana shifts in your hand, taking on a new form. The handle shifts and sways underneath your hand. Guard shifting to a howling fox head, eyes blazing with power, and a single foxtail charm dangles from the handle. You feel a well of power fill you, and she grins at you and says, "That's but a taste. Come back again when you've felt the edge of the next seal."
Don't think I'll give up on you yet.
I'm counting on it, she says, as she lays down and goes back to sleep. Alright, next up is... let's do Nadia. Nadia, you pad barefoot through the dark halls of the Circle Sanctum. The dark robe of an acolyte, your only covering. Bare skin underneath, rubbing against the inside of it as it swishes to and fro as you walk. Skin bared all the better to let every inch of it be exposed to the gloom. The cold stone and gloom would normally be unsettling and unnerving to anyone, but the darkness is not your enemy. It is an old friend. It hides no secrets from you, nor you from it. You pause before ornate-looking doors, carved with scenes which defy explanation, even if you could see them clearly. With a deep breath, you enter the room.
I can't.
The doors swing inward on silent hinges. Inside is a ritual chamber, lit by weak candlelight. The light they give off so weak, as if being strangled by the various shadows they seek to banish. The light of them serving more to show where the darkness is than to actually push it back. You enter the chamber, pacing slowly towards the center. There stands the shadow in his Abyssian robes. The penumbras, the shadow's inner circle, and trusted advisors, stand arrayed around him. You stop before the dais, bowing your head in respect, waiting to be acknowledged. Nadia, you have done well for yourself, and for the circle. You'd worked for the betterment of the circle for some time, and it occurs that you are long due some acknowledgement. Step forth, little shade. It is time that you joined the place you truly belong. One of the penumbras steps forth and holds out one of the robes of an Antumbra, the trusted lieutenants of the Shadow.
Nadia bows her head, and it's like I'm honored, and yeah.
Sliding out of your old robes and into your new ones, you bow your head in thanks. And a new position deserves a new mark of station, does it not? Come, receive your gift. With a wave of a robed sleeve, a staff of shadow appears in front of it, floating in the air. A blade springs forth from the top, and the shadowy handle contracts down to a 2-foot length. The shadowy weapon floats towards you with a wave of the robe. You hold out your hands and take it. The cool handle fits naturally into your grip. The hood drops in an answering respectful bow to your own. Now go forth, Antumbra Nadia. You have had a long day and need your rest.
She bows again and like slowly just like is staring at the blade, like in jubilation, but restraining herself as she slowly walks out of the room.
I sent you your item. Fritz or formerly, which one of you wants to get fucked up first?
You say such sweet things, but I think if you don't fuck up Fritz, Gray's gonna explode with anxiety.
I'm so scared.
Alright.
Delay it longer. Let the anxiety build.
We can flip a coin.
Shiver
We
with
can-
anticipation.
Hey, Charlie, heads or tails?
Gray, I'm telling you that you're going first. This isn't a heads or
Okay.
tails scenario. This is me shoving you onto stage and going, God, good luck, buddy.
Very well.
Fair. Fucking fair, I guess.
Alright. Let's see. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. It's this one. You lay down to sleep, fatigue filling your limbs, and you drift off and come to in a far different setting. You find yourself floating in a deep pool, so deep that looking up you cannot even see the surface. Faint speckles of dark light float around you, not illuminating, merely defining the darkness. As you peer around, you feel a faint itch on your arm as one of the motes brushes up against you, but you brush it off and keep looking. As your gaze is drawn down below you to a deep, yawning pit, like the maw of a great beast that swallows all foolish enough to come too close. Despite your unease, you find yourself drawn to that gaping chasm. Your arm itches more and you brush at it again, not even bothering to look at the motes dancing in the water now. A bit of scratching and it goes away. Instead, your gaze is riveted to the darkness. In that Abyssian maw, you can swear you start to make out what look like undulating shapes. Their sway in the darkness is so odd that it hurts your eyes. The itching in your arm is really getting to you. You scratch at it again, harder this time, and it fades away. Perhaps it is your brain that hurts, not your eyes. Surely shapes are not meant to move this way. Some of them even seem to loop around and through each other. In the fey light of the motes, you see the shapes are getting bigger and more defined. And like one of those magic eye paintings, the images snap into place. You see the outlines of great tendrils, covered in massive, powerful suckers and sharp, jagged spikes, undulating out of the depths. Their motion disturbs the fluid around you, and the sound of that movement and undulation clashes and melds together to what you can almost make out as what sound like words. You have made great progress. Continue to impress me, and I may even reveal to you what you have done to draw my gaze. You feel a great rush of pain in your arm, as you can finally pull your gaze from the abyss to look down and see that your scratching has drawn blood. A great cloud of red spreads from your limb as you scratch deeper and deeper. Anything to relieve the terrible itch that now consumes your mind. Down through flesh and muscle to the bone, and then do you scratch, until your ragged fingernails scrape across something metallic. Some unnamed instinct prompts you to know that this is what is the source of the itch, which has nearly become painful now. You reach down with the strength you didn't know you had in you. You wrench out your entire arm bone. And at last, as your vision starts to go black from the relief and blood loss, you see the tendrils curl around you, pulling you down into the deep abyss. The not voices' laughter echoing in your skull as you drift away to your final sleep. You wake up in a cold sweat. A bright yellow rapier laying on your chest. The point just poking into your arm, a thin trickle of blood trailing down into your sheets. And now, we've saved the best for last.
Again. Although I must say, holy shit, was it hard to write notes for that. That was scary as fuck.
Formerly.
Oh, dear.
As you lay down, eyes closed, you drift off to sleep. Sometime during the night, your feet start to feel very cold. You shiver and kick your legs a bit, trying to get the blanket back over them. But you don't feel the weight of a blanket at all. You sit up and realize that you're in your pajamas on a small pillar, the top barely bigger than you are. As you look around, you place a bit too much weight on the edge and it crumbles under your hand. You recoil quickly and pull your arms and legs close to your body. A chill wind blows by again, its icy fingers knife through your thin pajamas. As you shiver and try to rub feeling back into your arms and legs, you notice many red glowing eyes appear in the darkness. Many, many glowing eyes. A harsh chittering like chitin. Hold on. Sounds. There it is. A harsh chittering like chitin scraping against itself. Oh god, I lost my place. A chitin scraping over chitin fills your ears and you jump to your feet looking frantically around. While trying hard to listen in any individual direction just fills your brain with a nearly primal terror running up your spine. If you still yourself and listen to the skittering and chittering overlap each other, and in the overlap you can hear what sound like words. Cha-cha-cha-cha! Here you are again. Welcome to my web, little fly. Struggle all you want in vain. The child to which you were entrusted has helped to shield your heart. Now 'tis the time to see how well you've played your part. You feel a pressure in the back of your throat, bile building up. And as you collapse to your knees and you heave again and again, over and over, you feel something bulging in the back of your throat, and as you kneel there you feel something large distend your jaw, and with one last violent convulsion, you see a bulbous chitinous form flop onto the stone. As you continue to painfully gurgle and moan, you see it skitter around to face you, its bulbous eyes lighting up one by one, until all 8 of them glow in ominous red, pulsing in time with the other red eyes around you.
I flip it off.
The child has grown well. We are quite pleased. Let it continue to dwell. Sharpen your fangs, grow bloated with kin. Grow potent your venom, a powerful web you will spin. With that, the creature flops on the ground and lets out a piteous shriek, distorting and distending like a flesh balloon being poked with needles from inside. Finally, its writhing ceases, and before you stands a much bulkier and more hideous form. The horrid chitin plates, thick and covered in sharp-looking spikes. It shifts towards you, and with a cry you realize what it is going to do.
Oh, come for the love of God.
You try terribly to wrench your hands from the ground, to bat it away, brush it off, defend yourself in any way, but your hands feel as if they are welded to the ground, and you watch with mounting dread as it crawls up your arm, its extra sharp pincers leaving bleeding wounds on your skin as it crawls up it, to your neck, and around to your still panting maw. It pushes its way in, your jaw unhinging painfully as the now spiky carapace carves deep furrows in your mouth and throat as it makes its way back down into your core. And yet, you're filled with a warm and comforting feeling of having it back inside you. Even as your own blood drains down your throat and starts to fill your lungs, you close your eyes in contentment, laying down on the ground with a gurgling sigh as you clasp your arms protectively over your belly. And then you wake up screaming. And so, our dear Formerly,
Yeah.
the Night's Watch has gained its awakened form.
Oh my God.
Dun dun dun.
All
Oh,
right.
I was. Everyone who I told about this told me don't awaken it. You don't want to know what happens.
So that all happened.
So, for Greg, whoops, not all of them, just that one. There is your rapier, and there are the stats for it.
Oh no. Oh no.
Now,
Ah! Okay.
everyone should have some fun, interesting things to work with. By the way, my sweet boy, Shamrock.
Yeah.
Here are the stats for that puzzle box.
All right.
Can I ask a question real quick before we move on?
Sure.
You had linked me a bunch of different books. Which one is this one specifically?
That one is going to be. Let's see.
You just linked me the page with all of them.
Yeah, that's probably going to be an Arcanist's notebook.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. So for people following along at home, basically it's going to add a bonus to any Arcana checks when he consults it. So from that, you all have now woken up with more or less horrifying results.
Surprisingly, mine was the most even leveled. Or unsurprisingly, who knows?
Prince is
Compared
gonna do drugs about
I mean,
this.
Oh, mood, buddy. You want to come over? I got oodles of drugs to do about this.
You
So,
do magic drugs. He's doing regular drugs.
So y'all need therapy and a priest.
Not
No.
necessarily in that order.
Yeah.
My stomach hurts.
I can't believe every time I'm gonna have to fucking swallow this giant spider.
I love that your god speaks in rhyming couplets.
And he dies again.
Okay, everybody watching, don't worry for me. I die on a regular basis.
All right, so the Shamrock and Clover Detective Agency, you all are back. Have you met up the next day?
Overnight, he would have resubmerged his ring in water. He would have put it in water before he went to bed.
Sure, I mean, you can fill a sink, I'm sure.
Yeah, cup of water.
So,
I'm
Fritz and Formerly look like they have gotten absolutely zero sleep.
meanwhile, I'm just there with tea.
You two all right?
Hmm?
You look like, I mean, we came with the ring yesterday, but I mean, you two look like shit.
I don't think I like religion.
Sorry?
It's not.
What was that?
Great.
I don't think I
I
like...
don't think I like religion. It's not going great for me.
You keep cutting out that last word.
Religion.
religion.
gotcha.
I gotcha. You were the one who asked about contacting your god through either prayer or sacrifice.
Hey. You don't have to out me.
This is the fate y'all chose.
This is the fate that you chose.
I know this, but my character's allowed to be upset about it, even if I'm having a fun, sexy time.
Nadia, what do you walk in wearing?
Oh.
Probably just her cabbie uniform.
Okay, just standard clothing then. Okay, cool. I just want to know if you were wearing your actual robes or not.
No, that's for rituals.
Probably not, yeah.
That would be disrespectful.
Cool. I mean, people wear their robes around the compound, but...
Yeah, that's around the compound. That's different.
True. Okay, I'm just checking.
Shrug.
Alright, so you're all back here. Everyone has had a restful night's sleep except for Fritz and Formerly. And probably Francis too. All the Fs. Because Francis probably spent all night reading that book.
That's
And
exactly
as
what he
one.
did.
And Shamrock on
not
technicality
just-
because he doesn't sleep.
Okay, so you all have the day to yourself.
Oh,
Fritz, your rapier, I'll say it doesn't have a sheath.
you
Did Fritz
think,
bring the rapier?
you think he'd take it with him?
You think you
I
have
think
a
the real
choice.
question is, yeah.
No, does it also fall out of him?
Get in the
walks
club,
in the
bitch.
room
Get in,
and
get in.
Fritz walks in the room and it's leaned up against the wall. It's just like already here waiting for him, ready to go.
No, that's Formerly's shtick.
Oh, okay.
The rapier, you just feel like an irresistible compulsion to take it with you.
I fucking hate him. I hate him.
Hey, who?
It's out of character. In character, he's just gonna look over at Formerly and just say, are annoying swords contagious?
God, they could be. I only got one after I came to Chicago. Rin, when did you get here?
Within the past week, but I've had this since before then. And it's not annoying. It's family heirloom.
Well, yeah, but you went and you picked up the sword and you decided to take it with you. Not everybody decides to take the sword with them.
Not everyone gets a choice in this life.
Shamrock just looks over to
Some of
Francis
us
and just
have the sword
shrugs.
fall out of your mouth.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
Kid, you might want to back up on the trucks there. I think you might a little too far there.
You've never seen me do anything. So first of all, jot that down. Secondly, I guess that's fair. I don't exactly have any other witnesses for it. But I'm yeah, I was sober last night. No.
Shamrock just looks at you and just,
I mean, he could just assume that you're on drugs.
You said a sword came out of your mouth?
Well, it wasn't a sword when it came out of my mouth. That sounds stupid.
Now that
Listen.
I'm saying this, it
Listen.
doesn't sound the best.
I'm going to get you a coffee.
Great.
You're going to take an easy morning and walk off whatever happened last night. Yeah, Fred, do you want anything?
You mean no? I'm just simply going to. Rain's just going to say, wait. So swords can so these things can actually be hostile towards you?
I don't know if it's hostile. It hurt. But it, whilst being very annoying and detrimental perhaps to my mental health at times, it has been very useful.
I can feel the warp overtaking me. It is a good
Yeah, I'm going to see if
thing.
you got anything good. And he's just going to walk into the kitchen, just see if there's any instant coffee in any of the cabinets they can sort of whip up real
There
fast.
is a container of instant coffee in the fridge. However, digging into you remember digging into one of the cabinets, there is a half-finished bottle of Bailey's Irish Cream.
He's going to pick that up and give it a shake, see if it's still Irish cheese at this point, or yogurt.
Bailey's Irish Cream is an alcohol.
Yes, but
Yeah, I know. It's not cream in it.
With a cream liqueur.
It's still good.
So, I mean, it has some shelf life. Okay, yeah.
It's so good.
Nope. He's going to make a couple of cups with a lot of Irish in it.
Nice, a finger of the Irish lad.
Just hair the dog that bit them.
Okay.
He heard
Sure,
that
they would want to be
from.
bitten by those dogs.
Yeah, I mean, he heard from Clover. It's how you do it, right? Right.
Yeah, that's how you do it. So
I mean, he's never had a hangover to compare it to, so I mean, this seems right.
cool.
This is what humans do. Yes. He'll eventually come back with this pair of mugs and hand them off to the pair.
Fritz is making grabby hands, and you look at his eyes, and you know he usually has them like kind of half lidded, but they are open, and his pupils are like dinner plates.
His eyes are bulging out of his head.
And his pupils are like dinner plates.
Okay then.
I have a question.
yes.
Did we get new orders, or why are we all still hanging out?
Hey,
I believe you
Don't be
agreed
rude.
to meet up, but you don't
yeah,
have to come back.
I said maybe we should hang out.
I mean,
I want to know what all the magic shit is.
Oh, that's a good reason.
Mm.
I was going to do some research, but also I have a life debt to Shamrock that I'm not ignoring.
I have friends.
Oh boy.
I used to have one, and now I have 5, I think.
The robot has learned to love, guys.
Finally got that aftermarket love modification, huh?
jailbroken robot.
I mean, honestly, at this point. Oh, God.
Heavy metal.
Well, Nadia, why don't you tell me why your character would stick around with these people?
Well, I had fun talking to Fritz in the park.
Mm-hmm.
You're so rude to me. I was right there. You are a rude person. I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah, you were like
Not entirely in character.
Fritz and completely ignore formally.
As is right.
It's really fair.
Sounds like Fritz is cute and
Message
charming and funny.
Fuck off.
So, the day is yours. The market district is open to you if you want to go purchase anything.
If they split the money that they got off of all the bodies and out of the things, Fritz is absolutely going to try and take more than his share.
You also have that 1,000 gold that you were paid to do the job.
Oh shit, we have 1,000
Wait.
gold?
Each.
We got.
Fuck.
Oh, okay then.
Holy shit.
Well, we got
Yeah,
a lot of money
You
each
were
then.
doing a job for the head of the acting head of the
Right.
family.
So I'm gonna put
She
in
said
chat.
she gave you 1,000 gold up front.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All of us
That
collectively.
adds-
Well, fuck.
That adds 20 pounds onto your equipment.
You can ignore coin weight. I don't
I know.
worry.
I just think it's funny that it calculated it.
Does everyone have a wallet of holding?
No.
It's like a rupee pouch.
Well, we could just convert that to platinum.
So in chat, that's how much everyone gets coinage wise. Everything else needs to be sold before we can liquidate that. But that is during last night's administrations of trying to put things in order. Shamrock would have taken inventory.
Did anybody claim that pistol of warning?
So far, no.
Nope.
No one's putting. Okay, so we got the Cloth of May fashions claimed. We have the 2 HMGs claimed. We have. Good.
I'll take that pistol then. Like, I'm interested in that.
What's
Alright.
it do?
Good question.
We just keep handing around magic shit and like no one's fucking explaining what it's for, but you know.
So it warns you of danger, but it can be kind of really weird.
All of the items in that loot list, except for the weird treasure stuff, is searchable online. Like you guys can just look for it. You guys can just Google stuff.
I know, but in character. Out of character, I know his shit.
I mean, I guess we can hand wave it and just say Shamrock did during his inventory, just sort of ritual cast all of the things.
I assume that over the course of like you spent an hour making the blueprints. I assume you have plenty of time to ritual cast identify on everything.
Oh yeah.
I just assume everything has a post-it note.
Yeah.
There's just a little notepad with just little just flags like this item's this color.
As soon as you pick it up, a magical user manual falls into your hand.
As soon as you pick it up, there's an enchanted companion that shows up in the shape of a paperclip.
You know what? No. In order to keep it fancy, magic tinkering. Each of them has like a little holographic note attached to each.
Okay, excellent.
They can't be caught.
It's like this is this.
Can't be surprised. It's pretty nice.
It is pretty nice, and it affects allies too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Nice.
So, things we wanted to check out was getting that watch fixed. And also, now we have a mystery key.
If somebody wants to go with me to the library, at least for a while, to get books to at least start getting basic information from the pyramid.
We could hire somebody with some divination to find out where this key belongs.
Is that a thing people can do?
I mean, if you got money.
I think
we've got money.
Pretty set.
I don't think it doesn't actually say what it fits in. It's just
it's just the 1/20 chance that actually works.
1 in 20 chance that it magically fits the lock.
So roll d20 on that 20, it opens. Congratulations, it disintegrates.
Oh wait.
Oh, so it's like a magic item that's not a key that's a mystery to us, but it's a named mystery key.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Everything in there is a magic item.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
This is just a mysterious.
Well, we're cool, DM.
Yeah, I thought I thought it was like a thing that's going to take us to the next place we need to go.
No. Yeah. And your cloak of many fashions that you took, that is a fancy cloak that can look like any other magic cloak. It takes no effects of those cloaks thereof, but it's very stylish.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't I make it look like any kind of cloak I want, so I can make it look like a grungy fucking dirty cloak or a nice fancy cloak or something like that?
Yes, it's the cloak.
You can make it look like a freaking
Yeah.
cloak out of adamantine chain adamantine chain. It doesn't matter.
or you can make it look like a ghillie cloak.
Yeah, exactly. This is perfect for Francis.
I assumed our hunter would want all the rabbit fur stuff.
There's rabbit fur stuff? Wait a minute.
Rabbit fur talisman.
In chest B, there's a bunch of miscellaneous items. There's rabbit fur talisman, carved wooden staff.
I didn't see that. Oh.
Rabbit fur short sword scabbard.
There's also an iron key entombed in a strangely warm blue glass.
It smells like citrus!
Well, Shamrock will look at that when he gets a moment.
Rabbit short sword, rabbit.
Oh, okay.
Rabbit. +1.
I didn't notice. My bad.
Carved wooden staff, rabbit. Yeah, I'll take the talisman, and I don't know that I care about the short sword scabbard.
Okay. There's also a +1 switchblade and a +1 revolver.
I just find the idea of a +1 switchblade so fun. Someone took the time to enchant that switchblade. Well,
they gotta look fancy in front of all their schoolyard bullies.
Are we gonna have some problems here? What was the line you used to get into character? We're not gonna have any problems, are we?
Oh, that's not going to be a problem, is it?
Pulls out a switchblade.
God. Yeah. Also of note, while we're looking at the things, there is 4 scrolls, and honestly, they're kind of useless for us.
Does the short sword scabbard fit a rapier?
That is not a short sword. It's a bit broad for a rapier.
Shh, it can be loosey goosey.
I mean,
I just
your
wanna get
rapier would probably
arrested.
like poke through the end of it, but you can say it
Good
works.
enough.
All right.
So we're all splitting the platinum there, right? Because there's 6, one for each of us.
Yep. So the total that I posted in chat, that is the GP amount of all the coinage that is split evenly.
In the Unsung City chat.
In
No, in
Roll20.
and Roll20.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so you've got some gems and some
Various things.
leather belts and carved wooden ring and things like that that you can offload if you want to. Anyone who wants to make a knowledge arcana can try to identify what the warm blue class is.
Can I read
Sure,
my book
why not?
to learn about that?
You can definitely
I don't know, Jack.
give it a try.
But is that like the net?
Oh,
Wow.
am I right?
Negative
Whoa, what?
Minus
140.
140.
I put some shit
What?
in wrong for my book. I'm sorry.
Clearly.
Barely.
I can't believe that Francis looks at the book for 3 seconds and his soul is immediately ripped from his body and jettisoned into the accursed
Immediately
archive.
forgets the universe.
Why don't you just do me...
Why did I just do another arcana?
Yeah, why don't you
Dingus?
do
I
an
don't
arcana
know.
and then write a d4? Minus
Can't help
1.
you.
I hit the Arcana button and it did that. That's the problem.
Huh.
Just do a d20.
Well
And then-
done. Yeah, just
bro.
type
Now-
in your modifier manually.
Well, the roll he got on the first one was a 16, so we could just use that, add his modifier,
Yeah,
and
what's
then
your
add
modifier
4, right?
on Arcana?
Oh, I think it's 1. Yeah, 1.
Okay, so 17,
So
and then do a
17.
d4 minus 1.
0.
Nice.
17.
So the book knows nothing about this.
Cool.
Okay, so, Gray,
Ignore my 18. That was an accidental second roll. I got a 16.
a 16, 9, an 8, a 4, a 16, and a
You know what?
15.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go ahead and roll as well.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
You don't have to.
Cover your butts.
Very good.
Okay.
And there it is.
Exactly.
So ever since the power winds have shifted through and the world changed, sometimes you get magical weather phenomenon. Anyone who got at least a 15 has heard of this. It is called warm glass. During a warm glass storm, lightning flashes but never the same color twice. Thunder rumbles but in seemingly deliberate chords. And rain falls, but it is not made of water, a product of bizarre meteorological phenomena. Warm glass is a vitreous substance, the cerulean blue of a well-polished sapphire with a number of strange properties.
Shiny.
Warm glass falls as a cloudy liquid that slowly hardens and deepens in color until forming a solid cerulean material with similar physical properties to untempered glass, including density, translucence, and smoothness, as well as a few differences. Warm glass has a much higher resistance to scratching and a tendency to fracture into nearly perfectly tessellated pieces. A fragrant citrus odor and is always only slightly warm to the touch, around 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 21 degrees Celsius, no matter the temperature of its surroundings.
So it'd be good for warming up water. Cool.
This last fact makes warm glass essentially unworkable by any means available to normal glassmithing, which means that those who wish to use the gorgeous blue material for a sculpture, decorating, or tools must lay out trays or molds at night and hope that a storm comes. While warm glass is essentially impervious to heat, it is by no means indestructible. Beyond simply breaking into regular tessellated pieces, one can completely destroy warm glass by bringing it into contact with water that has been chilled to at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
In fact, a single drop of water seems to, for lack of a better word, annihilate nearly 10 times its volume of warm glass, causing it to simply vanish without a trace. This provides one explanation as to why this phenomenon has never been reported alongside regular precipitation.
So if it got into a human body, it would be bad.
So someone really didn't want anybody to be able to get to this key without a hassle.
Or
I suppose. I mean, covered in glass.
Can I go to the refrigerator real quick?
I certainly won't stop you.
I'm gonna go to the freezer and just drop the glass. Wait, so if I drop some ice on it, would it just make the glass go pop? Is that what you're saying?
I'll drop a fucking frag grenade in the middle of my living room.
I believe if you dropped it into ice water, it would simply dissolve.
So yeah, I'm picturing him put it in the freezer, and then it just, as he holds the door shut.
Blew up Shamrock's freezer.
Hey, what was that sound? Nothing.
It doesn't explode, it simply disappears.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do we
okay.
want to get the key out, or do we want to leave it in the glass because we don't know what it's for?
I mean,
I'm curious what
on
the
your
key
mantle.
is.
Can we look at the key and tell anything about the key? Like
Are
what it
any of
looks
you-
like?
I love how we're hyper focusing on the key.
Are any of you locksmiths?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so your locksmith might know something about keys.
I forgot there's a locksmith in the party.
Yeah, locksmith.
Charlie.
Alright, so locksmith, do you want to inspect the key through the glass?
Bitch is muted. I'm assuming there's cat shenanigans afoot.
Nothing of value lost.
You know what? I'm gonna
Aw.
grab my sword and just head out, switching into human form.
You're just leaving?
Hmm?
You're just leaving?
Going to do
Bouncing?
sword stuff, I guess.
I've been saying goodbye.
Okay,
Just gonna
I'm
grab
just
the
heading
sword
out
and
for it.
leave.
Yeah, just grab it.
are you leaving out the window like a cool teenager?
Oh my god!
Just throw your sword at some homeless
Honestly,
guy at the
there's not
window.
much to do here, and
Grab it.
I'm not of much help.
So you're just gonna fucking bounce.
Well,
Sure.
It's like everyone's talking. It's like, well, Bryn's leaving.
sorry, I swear to God, the one time I'm like, oh, let me just fucking mute myself and go kick my cat out 'cause she's knocking over my mirror, and I'm suddenly muted.
What did I say?
It's always my goddamn cat doing something and me being like, she hasn't done anything for 2 hours. It's fine if I mute myself for a second. Deal with it.
Psych.
No, there's a key. Look at it.
There's a key
And I'm
glass.
looking at it.
It's fancy.
I don't know. I just got a message that you needed a lock. I think that was the right check to make.
Also, while you're looking at that, Rin just fucking up and leaves.
What?
Yeah, I
Rin
just
just
there's
dipping.
nothing for me to do.
Okay.
All right.
So this four-sided toothed tumbler key's design is based on a bat and is detailed primarily in dark colors. It has a bulky design.
You said based off a bat?
Yep.
Does it seem magical in any way?
I don't know, it looks pretty fucking weird to you.
It's the key to the Bat Cave.
Do I know anything about that? With religion, maybe?
It doesn't really match up to any religion stuff that you know of.
Okay.
It was worth asking.
It was worth asking. Can you detect magic? You asked if it looks magical. Can you detect magic?
Me?
No, the person
And
behind
what?
you.
Me?
It,
I think he was being sarcastic when he said that. Yes, he means formerly.
detect magic.
Oh, listen, I have one brain cell, and like the Windows screensaver, it only gives me a coherent thought when it hits a corner.
So, for whoever asked if it's magic, do you have detect magic?
Let me. I accidentally closed out a roll 20 in a panic. No. Yes, I can
Okay.
if I choose to.
Would you like to detect magic on it?
Sure, fuck it.
It's not.
Is the
Nope,
technical spell?
It's not magic.
not magic.
Tis but a key.
I look around the room. Is there anything?
Well, the lantern over here shows up some magic. There's some
All
stuff
right.
in the kitchen that shows up as magic. Shamrock has magic.
Yeah.
Fritz has magic. Rin's retreating back shows magic. There's several magic items in the pile of guns and shit.
We're just a lot of magic people, huh?
Yep. Everyone has at least one magic item.
Yeah.
Or is.
Yeah.
So it's probably safe to melt that shit then.
Probably.
I mean, hopefully. Just
In
to be
theory.
careful with it. As long as you pay the lease.
So, while they're all futzing about with the key, Rin, where are you going?
Oh boy, I was going to probably look around and just check out the area for a minute or two.
What are you looking
Just going for a short walk
specifically?
while they do their thing.
Oh, you're just
Going
walking
for a walk
around.
while they do their thing.
Okay.
Just gonna
Just
lay
going
up
for
the
a walk
area.
while they do their thing.
So,
Shamrock lives in a kind of urban residential area made out of a lot of apartment buildings. So there's the typical accoutrements of an urban development that kind of exploded rapidly as Chicago did. So there's like corner stores and groceries right next to an auto shop and a gas station. And then like blocks of apartment buildings followed by like one courtyard that's got a basketball hoop with a couple kids playing in it. Not to sound racist, but there's a lot of black people here.
Okay.
And Hispanics, because it's low-income housing.
Yep.
And welcome to the 20s, where red line districts are a thing.
Unclear, I think it's okay.
I have a question.
Sure.
Are psionics a thing in this setting?
In what sense?
Like psionic items and stuff?
You would have to search one out, but the possibility is open for people who want to take that class.
Okay, because I was like thinking maybe the key has some psionic influences, maybe?
Mm-hmm. You'd have to find someone who's gifted in detecting or knowledgeable about psionics.
Yep.
As rare as the arcane potential is, psionic potential is even rarer. As a matter of fact,
GM,
if one of
message.
if one of you had taken the
Okay.
psionic subclass that was offered, you probably would have been the only person in the city.
Well, that's neat.
The more you know.
Huh.
Ah, I wonder how great it would be to have rainbow.
Right.
So, you guys choose to melt the warm glass, and it swiftly dissolves into nothingness, leaving behind an ornate bronze key.
Neat.
They were shipping this stuff out, it looked like. Like, this wasn't just shit they were keeping and had lying around.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
someone's
they also-
expecting it.
I mean, they also had the weird pyramid and glass as well.
Yeah, someone's probably that.
Shamrock have just during the meantime that just now has a cup of coffee. Not drinking it, but it feels nice.
Francis will also get himself a cup of coffee.
I still have my coffee from earlier,
Do
I
you
think.
still
right?
want the Irish coffee?
Shamrock will do it for the experience.
Good for him.
Feels interesting. Adult.
This 7-year-old is getting real.
You know, coffee, a baby drink for babies. Irish coffee, that's for real men.
Rin, why don't you roll me a D100, please?
Oh. Okay.
And suddenly the cops roll up.
We will. You're a furry. Go to jail.
Go to horny prison.
Go to horny jail.
Up to the goulash.
You see
Off to Brazil.
a city guard, in this case it'd be a policeman, is busy giving a lecture to a newbie. He walks up and uses you as an example.
Oh boy.
Alright, this is like racially profile people.
Yeah, kind of. He's like, so Johnson, listen, you want to watch out for signs of dangerous folks. Look at this one over here, as he points to you as you're walking by.
To be fair, you do have a sword. I mean,
It is covered at this
And
point.
you're in demon form.
No, I said
human
human.
form, yeah. He looks up and says, "So, miss, what are you doing
Yes?
in the city on this fine day?"
No.
You want the honest truth?
Yes, that's normally what you give to the police.
oh no.
Dude, that would be so sus to them guys right now.
No. I'm going to make it as sassy as possible.
I hope Rin knows I'm not posting bail.
hoping to get, truth be told, hoping I don't get harassed.
Well, it's a dangerous city, and lots of lawlessness going on. Bars getting shut up, and the mafia getting up in arms over some newcomers. It's a dangerous city, and the streets aren't as safe as they once were. Good thing the police are around to keep you honest citizens safe, right? You don't even need to make a roll. He is fishing for a bribe.
Tell you what,
I mean,
I'm going to take out my platinum.
Okay.
You keep me informed of any further troubles first, and I slide it to him, and I'll be sure to leave it to you, and I'll be sure to do the same.
Johnson, see what we have here is an upstanding citizen, and we should leave her alone to go about her day. Come, Johnson. I think I see some of those inner city punks over there on that on that basketball court.
Oh, gee, sure wish my legs would work.
As they both wander off.
Get the taser, Jim.
Out of character, there's a hidden like corrupt cop coefficient that moves up and down as the game goes on. Right now, there's a I'm secretly rolling. There's a very high chance right now that you find a cop that is on the take. You are free to try bribing police to get them to leave you alone, or do other things for you.
And congratulations, you just spiked it.
Oh no, sir. Just so you know, you can usually find me at the down the street. You can usually find me at. I'm going to tell him that I hang out at the place down by the across the that we usually get to do that.
Yeah, the little old coffee shop.
Yeah.
Across the
Okay,
way.
good.
Our location.
You're Yakuza. You would know better than to give them your address.
Okay.
Listen, I understand that, but at the same time, you were tip tapping.
It's like
It's getting a little close.
No, I would have stopped you. Like, you're Yakuza. You'd know better than that.
No.
Yeah. Have a nice day, citizen.
You too.
Come along, Johnson. You over there, what are you doing? As he runs over and yells at the kids on the basketball court.
Fucking drugs must be.
So you continue on your way.
All that's going through my head is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, God. Nice West Philadelphia, though.
It's still a catchy song.
Yeah, true.
So, you guys have by this time dissolved the key. Do you want to go do any shopping or do anything else at all?
Did we get the key out of the glass? Did we do that?
Yes, you
Yep.
put it in a tub of ice water and it dissolved.
Oh, okay.
We now have a key.
I was going to go back to see Vanessa if anybody wants to come with.
Sorry, you're going to the where?
I was going to go see
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
I'm fine with coming with. On the way there, do we have any? You got a bunch of shit. Do we want to just sell the shit, or?
I mean, sure. Is everyone alright with that? We can liquidate it and split it between us all.
Yeah, fair. Vanessa's probably got better fences than anyone else.
Fritz raises an eyebrow at that.
I just imagine taking all.
What? You just gotta know where to find all the items. You just seen this one case. Guy stole some rare periwink something or other. Sold off to some guy down the street who then started bragging that, oh yeah, I got this item. Yeah, I caught that guy within a week.
Oh no, however would one cover their tracks while taking illicit substances from one place to another?
If you're
What a
asking about
strange
me,
and terrifying world we live in.
I can take it to someone that will be able to sell it without letting on.
Oh, I don't know anything about where people buy and sell.
I don't like getting.
Or we could leave it to you.
No, fucking take it. I don't care. I just think it's funny. You really said that she had better fences.
So,
Jesus Christ. Friends, I actually have a lot of things that I might need to sell in the illicit substances category.
Did I get that pistol then?
yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and add it to your sheet.
Let's... Alright. Yeah, well,
I believe it's non-proficient, but it'll warn you.
Question.
Yes.
In the time I've been in town, has there been anyone I go to for like forging stuff?
Well,
Not forging as in like papers, forging as like metals.
That is not what I meant to do.
Entirely different things.
That is legit something I did not mean to do. Oh my god.
Who are you attacking, Alex?
he just fucking finds a kid running through an alleyway and just cuts him down.
Oh, gee, can't wait to go to school. It's 2 weeks from retirement.
The 5-year-old kid. Yeah, I was 2 weeks from retirement. Alright, so... Yeah, so, yeah, there is actually one place that you go to. It's run by a pair of artificers.
Cool. Well, you guys go. We need to go. I need to make a stop at my my skin doctor.
You guys don't have to, like, fucking split up. You guys can go to the shops together.
I mean, I guess if you guys want to come with me, I can go with you guys.
I want to watch robot doctors do robot surgery or some shit. That sounds fucking cool.
You know what? Sure, let's go with that.
Okay.
Francis is also gonna tag along for shopping.
Okay, cool.
But they work on anything else, like...
Nadia, give us a free cab ride. Don't make us pay.
Shamrock has a car. We're good.
You're all rich. Why do you need a free cab ride?
Because we're anxious about money.
Because we're hoarders. Because we're hoard dragon.
I do need to do one thing before we head out. I'll be right back. He's going to run upstairs and find the landlady and pay off his rent.
Hey!
Okay.
Along with his back rent.
Hey, fiscal responsibility.
Yay, good job.
See, I want to know what the landlady says to this.
Get out of you, little robot boy.
She just snorts and says, "About time."
Yeah, sorry about that. Got a good job going. Should be more stay now. So, sorry about the trouble.
Whatever. And she closes the door on you.
Damn.
She doesn't give a
Muttering
fuck.
about, like, strange men and their weird pets.
Oh, okay, I guess that would kind of be what Shamrock is, yeah.
Can't believe that we have to kill this landlady. Market acquired.
I think that Nadia would actually be like, "Hey, Fritz, you want to ride?"
Do I have to pay for it?
No, not you. You're good. Your friend.
Wow.
He turns around to the rest of the group and just gives them the shittiest grin. It's like, I will very gladly accept your offer.
And this is why Fritz is lovable, right?
I don't make the bits, but
Lovable gremlin.
He's too cute to pay for things.
Just keep telling yourself that.
All of my sugar daddies tell me that.
Have awkward complications during the cab ride.
Oh, God. And he's dead again.
Yeah, so you guys, make your way down to the shopping district. Rin, you've been walking for a bit, and you actually find, a shop. It's, God, I can't even remember the name of the shop owner. I believe I put it down as, Victor's, Cosmetics.
Alright.
He's going to make it gorgeous, darling.
Walking in, the bell rings over, and in walks a man with, male, probably mid-30s, already balding with a comb over, and many, many, many pouches. A vest that nearly goes down to his knees. It's just straight up pouches all the way down. All of them filled with all sorts of things. And he says, Welcome to my shop. How can I help you today? You looking to touch up something?
I love how you assume I investigate it.
I mean, you can just...
They take you just dragging to the store.
No.
not
No,
investigate the
I was
shop?
just looking. No, I was just laughing at that. No, I was just looking around. I was helping out over at Shamrocks and just hoping to get an understanding of the area before I really settle in.
Mm-hmm. I mean, your fur is lovely, but that...
No, I was in
that's,
human form, remember?
What?
Remember,
Oh, yeah,
human
that's right.
form?
Alright, so he wouldn't have said that. He would have said, yeah, so your sword looks lovely, but the sheath is just horrible.
Covered sword, remember? I mentioned that earlier, always covers it before it goes out.
Yeah, sure. So then he would look at... Fine, so he looks at the bundle on your back and says, so, what's that, sword? Rifle?
No, it's a baseball bat. Totally.
Nothing. I'm
As far as I understand,
as far
as I understand, we're allowed to carry arms.
You are, of course. This is America. But here at Victor's, we add a little bit of pizzazz to the things that you like. You want your gloves to drip little flames? We can do that. You want your shoes to let loose little bird chirps every time you take a step? We can do that too. Used to be called Greta's Glamours.
Don't
but...
touch the sword. Other than that, I actually prefer some assistance with the robe. It's a little old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Looks Asian make, isn't it? He walks up and he picks up the material, rubs it between his fingers. Yeah. So here at Victor's, we do we specialize in glamours on your equipment. So if there's anything you want it to do, you want to billow in the wind or anything like that, just let me know and we'll see what we can do.
Huh. I've got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh shit, what was that flower called? Any chance you can make it just smell of lilies?
Smell of lilies, huh? Well, yeah, I could do something like that. Let me see this. Let me see. It's about, what, 5
And if you could
yards?
refer me to a
5
good
yards
repair
of
place, that'd
fabric,
be nice.
maybe? Something like that. How strong you want it on a scale of 1 to 10?
If you could make it a decent enough for if I get into a scruff or two, that'd be great. Looks back at the sword.
Right. But how strong you want the smell to be? It's flowers are good, but sometimes it leaves implications.
Want it to be smelled from 10 blocks away.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello, welcome back. How do you like your smell?
Any of that?
Nope.
He
Okay,
said how,
was
he
he
asked
talking
how
about the
strong you want
smell
it
or
to
the
smell.
actual durability of the kimono itself?
He asked how strong you want the smell to be.
Faint but noticeable.
All right, so maybe like a perfume then.
Yes, that would be lovely.
All right. Can you leave this with me?
I only just came across, so if we could
Tell you what, I'll loan you a robe. From our stock, and come back in an hour, and we'll have it done. It'll be 20 gold.
all right. And
And I'll fix it up nice and good. Patch up any holes, that kind of thing. Free of charge.
thank you. I would really appreciate that. And so I put him about 21 on the table just for an extra tip.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're too kind.
If you're
So he
tell you
leads
what,
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah, he leads you over to a rack of like loner robes that are like, it's just like a straight up solid colors like white and green
Oh,
and
yeah.
red and stuff like that. You would look like you were trying to be a wizard cosplay, but it's not a bathrobe necessarily, but it's the same kind of cut.
Okay.
But it is like, a nicer like cotton, high quality cotton
All right.
that's been dyed a solid color. Enough that you could like go, down the street and get a lunch or something.
All right. So I'll go ahead and pick a solid black because black and whites are like
The classic.
always in season.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Apparently you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day.
Also, you're not supposed to wear white in Japan, period, unless you're one mourning.
Very true. So, yeah. So he says, come back in an hour and I'll have your enchantments done.
Thank you.
For those keeping track at home, the enchantments do not make it count as a magic item. They're simply a glamour laid over top of it, although it's strong enough that it's a semi-permanent effect, and if it's dispelled, it's dispelled, but it's not going to wear out over time like an illusion would.
Sweet.
And if any of the rest of you want to get any cosmetic changes done to your armor, all you have to do is stop by. Tell all your friends, as he gives you a business card.
Oh, I will. Surely it'll come in handy.
Mm-hmm. Everyone else, you guys arrive at the door of Gubold's Gizmos and Gadgets.
God damn it.
He's a gnome,
He's
isn't he?
back?
We can never escape it. We can never escape it. It's his vacation home.
Yeah. It's a vacation home in the middle of Chicago, one of the most violent crime cities.
I mean, godly conflicts,
So,
Chicago.
As you enter the building, and a little bell rings over the door, and a raspy voice calls from the back, "Be with you in a moment." And a little kobold pads out and hops up onto a stool behind the counter and says, "Hey, what can I get you?"
Good to see you, Jig. How you holding up?
Oh, ever since I changed into a fucking kobold, it's been hard to reach everything these days, but it's real easy to clean the scales. Grease just slides right off.
That's the good news, at least.
Yeah, especially if that old fucking slave driver gets me elbow deep in all these new automobiles and crap that people are coming out with, I swear. So, you know Jig and Goobold. Jig was, like, in his 50s when he shifted. So, he's got a little bit of gray around his scales. So he's from this, what in all these newfangled fucking contraptions camp. In a modern terms, he would be one of the guys who still asks where the rabbit ears are on the TV.
He's an old codger, but he's good.
Oh, he's very good, and that's why Goobold keeps him around. So he says, "What are you in here for today? One of your routine maintenance? You regularly schedule checkup shouldn't even be in for another week at least."
No, I've actually did some self-maintenance, and I think it's time to do a few personal upgrades.
Oh, so you're wanting to use the forge, huh?
Yep, if it's available anyways. I don't want to get in the way of business.
Old man's out to lunch, so you're good for now. But listen, he leans in. Listen, he's been kinda, you know what I'm saying? He's like wiggles his hand back and forth. You know, his wife and you know, he stayed regular. He stayed human. She shifted into a Naga. It's a big mess.
Well, things can't be easy, can it?
Yeah, well, you know, it's whatever. You know, love is love, or so I'm told. I never actually found it, but I heard it's great.
I'll take your word for it. So I can't, but you know, if he needs anything, he knows to find me.
Yeah. By the way, you were asking around about that mithril stuff.
Actually, yeah.
A while ago. It's getting really hard to procure. I managed to find a small supply, but you know, I had to come all the way from the Midwest, so it's just a little pricey. He quotes your price. It's going to be 50% more than the listed price to get it.
Well, that's gonna sting, but
yeah, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, they just opened a new mine and they're finding some deep down, but you know how that Underdark shit is going on, constant raids and crap.
If I had a spine to give me the shivers.
Francis.
Yeah.
He mentioned Underdark.
Yeah, I was gonna say I went along with Shamrock, right? So I'm there to hear this.
Yeah, you're all here except for Rin.
You said they're having problems with the Underdark over there.
Yeah, fucking dark elves or some shit like that. Constantly raiding people and all this crap. Spewing something about some spider god or some crap like that. I don't know. It's a bunch of religious hooey as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I happen to know where this mine happens to be located.
Fucking pull up a map of the United States because I forgot what state it was.
Colorado, I don't know.
You said Midwest, so.
Yeah, give me a second. I want to say Utah, but I don't think that's Midwest.
I have no idea.
It's Rocky Mountain region.
It would be out in Colorado. Somewhere out in Colorado, I think. I don't know. All I know is it cost me an arm, a leg, and a tail to get this fucking thing over here. Had to come in on an express train. Ugh. Let me tell you.
Well, I think I got just the project for it.
Well, I mean, your money's good with us, Shamrock. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
He pulls the key off a hook and tosses it to you. Tools are in the usual place. Fire should still be stoked, because I was working on a commission earlier, so you don't need to worry about that.
Alright, I'll make sure to get all clean up for you.
Yeah, watch out. The blower on the stoker's gone out again, so you're gonna have to hand pump it.
Breathing a little smoke ain't bad for me.
You can breathe?
Ain't ya, kidda. And off into the back he goes.
All right. So Jig spins his stool to the rest of you and says, "So, welcome to Gizmo's group, blah 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 whatever. Gooble's Gizmos and Gadgets. Da da da." Ah, fuck it. I ain't paid enough to be cheery this early in the morning. What are you guys looking for?
I wanted to watch a robot.
Well, you're welcome to go back into the back and watch, but I warn you, it's not very interesting.
So do you have both gizmos and also gadgets?
Sometimes even both at the same time.
Oh shit.
What are you interested in?
For a second, he just like, you can see the singular cog in his brain.
Just the hamster wheels just chugging.
He just goes, I got any things that can like hold a sword?
Kind of looks at you like, yeah?
Listen, I've never had a sword before. I don't know where people get their things that hold swords. This motherfucker puts his in a cello case, which is fucking weird. And I got a sword and I don't know what to do. Yes?
It does the job.
Yeah, I could like get you a bar magnet, or like you trying to put it on a display case.
No, I'm trying to put it on my person.
So like a sheath then.
Yeah.
Like fucking pulling teeth to get anything out of this guy. Alright, so you
my hearted reputation around town.
He doesn't know where he is.
So like what you got? Like a fucking dagger or the
Pulls
short
out
sword?
the rapier and like
He
very clearly is like
pulls-
not.
He pulls down some goggles and adjusts the lenses and pushes back from this thing. Holy shit! The fuck are you bringing in here?
When I tell you I have no fucking clue, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, no fucking shit you don't. Jesus Christ, as he crosses himself.
He's like holding it very clearly, like with no safety etiquette, just like has the tip like out, like you could do.
Yeah, keep that thing away from me. Jesus, fuck.
What do you got, armor?
Ay, ay, ay. What the hell? Fucking kids getting into this shit these days. Back in my day, grumbles and
New dad acquired.
He's a kobold, but he acts like a dwarf. Also, Jake is definitely dead.
Oh.
He is dad material. I mean,
Definitely
given
dad
I've
material.
seen all of Jake, but oh boy. The humble beginnings.
my.
Oh dear.
That was all out of character, but yeah.
So, with him freaking out about that, Nadia kind of steps in a little bit, and she's like, "Wait until I show you what I got for you."
Oh joy, I can't wait.
Did you also go to sleep and there's a sword now?
Go to sleep, basically.
Are magical swords contagious? Hey, are magical swords contagious?
Are
Not
magical?
that I know of.
And what the fuck?
Then what the fuck is going on?
Well,
Chris has no idea. So weird.
I was gifted something, but it's not a sword per se.
Is it magic?
Well, definitely.
Can you do a stab with it?
Theoretically?
Theoretically, it wouldn't, like, it's more of a slash.
You can
That's
stab.
basically a magic sword. You know how being a man, being a man just means you're upright and you don't have feathers. Same with magic swords.
Mine's a little more, well, concealable.
Well, let me see what I got around here. Roll me a D100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll 20 hates me.
Okay. So, yeah, I got this thing, someone asked for a commission, but it's, and they, reneged this son of a bitch. Here, he pulls out a container and he, opens up the case and looks like it's a sheath that's made of fire. Like, literally, it's not on fire, it's made of fire.
That's pretty dope.
What the fuck is the purpose of this?
It's not real fire. It's this leather that's enchanted to look like it's made of flames, but it does pretty good. It adds a little bit of extra fire damage to the first time you smack something with it after you take it out. But it doesn't last long, just a few seconds. But it's enough to give it a little bit of extra kick, you know? You can also use it to light like a torch or something, but you know, whatever.
Fritz pulls out a cigarette and lights it on the sheet.
The sheath isn't actually on fire.
Are you just trying to?
I guess you could like place it on the inside of the sheath and light your cigarette.
You just said that you could light a torch with it.
No. It sheds, so it adds an extra D4 fire damage the first attack, hit or miss.
Okay.
Regardless after you hit or miss, the flames die out until it's resheathed and drawn again. Sheath itself can be used as a light source, functioning as the light cantrip, but looking more like a torch.
Okay.
But you cannot turn off this light feature.
So now I'm picturing Fritz putting the sword in it, and then like lifting it slightly and touching the cigarette to the blade.
I'll say you could touch the cigarette to it and light the cigarette.
Yeah, I mean
hey! You mess it up, you buy it. As he shoos you away, you pull your cigarette back and take a drag on it.
I didn't touch the merchandise, I touched the sword.
The sword?
Yeah, I touched the cigarette to the sword, not the sheath, so I didn't mess anything up.
Okay, but you have to put the sheath is still sitting in the box.
Okay. How much is the sheath?
The sheath is 200 gold pieces. So it was normally it's the commission was for 200. Now I gotta make my money back somehow.
Now tell me, have I seen this kobold before ever?
Why don't you roll me a D percentile? Or no, tell you what, give me a 10% range.
I hate it when you do this. 50 to 60.
Okay. You have not.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
You know, a lot of people, but sometimes.
He sort of sidles a bit
still
closer.
haggle. Like, haggling is still
Oh
a thing.
yeah, no. He's going to. He sort of sidles a bit closer and just says, earlier, I couldn't help but overhear that you said that, you'd never experienced the joys of love, and,
Oh my god.
let me just...
Oh my god.
This isn't going where you think it is. I'm just saying, if you were to knock the price down a bit, I could get you into contact with many a lovely lady or man, if that's your preference. I'm not one to judge. Who I know would be very interested in what you got going on.
What are you, some kind of pimp?
He bats his eyes and just says, it's a lot more entertaining.
Oh. Oh, you're one of them, what do they call them? Vongalil, or whatever the fuck it is?
You ever been to the icebox?
Icebox? Fuck, what do I look like?
You look like a very handsome man who could use the companion of one or maybe more ladies to be.
Go ahead and do me a persuasion with advantage.
Oh my god, I've never rolled for flirting in D&D before. This is so exciting.
First time for everything, and you're not even a bard.
That's a 23.
23, pretty good. So you like lean over the counter and you like rub his scales, and you know draw little circles on it with your fingers, and he's like, "Oh, jeez." I guess. Tell you what, 150.
He holds his hand out to shake.
And Jig places his... Even your, like, twink hands are still, like, massively dwarf his tiny claws.
I like the bullet.
He brings his hand up and kisses it, throws him a wink, and then puts the gold on the table. Oh my god!
Alright, so add
150?
150 gold pieces. Add a flame sheath. No space. The sheath is not made of leather or metal, but flame. Well, sort of. It's a permanent illusion cast on the metal, on a normal leather sheath. But it looks pretty badass. A weapon drawn from the sheath does an extra 1d4 fire damage. The first time it's used after being drawn, hit or miss, the flames die out until it's resheathed and drawn again. The sheath itself can be used as a light source, functioning as the light cantrip but looking more like a torch. To hold the scabbard aloft, you have to have your weapon sheathed. Note, it can't be turned on or off. The only way to hide the flames is to stick the sheath into a sack or other opaque object.
Good to know. We will be investing in getting like a fucking feed sack or something.
But yes, the sheath magically resizes itself to fit your rapier perfectly.
Oh, that's neat.
How many horses does Fritz have that he's going to get a feed sack to hide it in?
It's the 1920s. Feed sacks are abundant.
So, hey man, you have any potato sacks? Alright, so you, young miss? Sir? That looks at Nadia.
Yes. I'd like you to take a look at something in my trunk.
Oh, okay. Give me a minute. No.
She's gonna kill you outside.
Ugh. Fucking fall gets longer every day. Alright, let's go look. Give me a sec, folks. I'll be right back. As he goes out to the trunk and goes out to your taxi and looks in the trunk.
Does he need a step stool?
I assume you have the guns in there?
Yeah, the guns are in there.
He looks in. That's I'm gonna go with the shop's policy. Don't ask any questions. Don't expect any answers. So what are you looking to do with this?
I'm looking to have them installed into the car.
Legally?
Would that ever be legal?
I mean, not as a taxi, maybe as a military vehicle.
No.
He scratches his scaly head. So this can be off the books then.
Oh, definitely.
Do you want it to be hidden, or do you just want it installed?
Obviously, I want it hidden, and I was hoping for something that could, like, mask the taxi to make it not look like a taxi whenever I'm using these.
So, some sort of like chameleon system or something.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to. Normally, I'd talk to the boss about it, but you want this off the books, so you'll have to give me some time. Come back in a week, and I'll have something worked out for you. Let me get the VIN off this thing as he sort of like scrambles up onto the hood and looks through your windshield and pulls out a notepad and writes down the VIN number. Alright,
Anyway, I could convince.
Fucking Toyota, Jesus Christ. Let's see. I'll have to look up the exact details, but I think this model came with there was a little bit of extra space around the headlights, or maybe that was in the WLs. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up in the database.
Well, why don't you just pop the hood and take a look yourself?
I mean, is that okay? A lot of you cabbies get all kind of bent out of shape about people tinkering under the hood.
Well,
No offense.
you're going to be tinkering under the hood later anyway, so...
That's true, but you know, people get kind of touchy around artificers.
Cough.
But if you're cool with it, go ahead and pop it off, and then we'll see what we can do.
Alright, she pops the hood.
Alright, and he looks around in there, and he digs it a little bit, and says, okay, yeah. Oh, crap, ow, hot. Jeez. Alright. Okay. Well, he pulls back and he slams the hood shut and says, well, I think I might have a solution, but I'm gonna need to pull it into the shop and take some measurements, and it's gonna be costly. I gotta reinforce the frame and put in a spot for the magazine, for the bullets and everything, and it's not gonna be cheap, and it's gonna take a while. Can you afford to be without this thing for a week or two?
Could I pay you a little extra for an overnight job?
Oh, you were serious? No. This isn't an overnight job. We could put in an overtime job on it. I can maybe cut it down to 1 week, but I mean, there's only so fast you can cut and weld, especially when we're doing it off the books. And I could call in a couple boys, but you know, I know a guy, Tyrone down the way as a chop shop. I could, you know, see if I could get a couple of his boys to help me out, but you're looking at least 4 days minimum. 7 on the outside. That's with a rush job.
How much would you say is the ballpark?
Back of the envelope or cobalt in an apron?
I mean, price-wise.
Yeah, he's asking you. He's asking you. Do you want his best guess or what he would charge you to do it?
Both, I guess.
Back of the envelope, probably about 500. Cobalt and apron, maybe 450. I'm rounding. I don't know what's going on with this thing underneath. I don't know if any of the structurals. I don't know what your driving habits are like. I haven't had a chance to check out your struts, your ball joints, or anything like that.
How fast could you do it for 800?
For 800? I mean, we're already pushing it. Let me make a phone call as he hops down off the hood and walks back inside. Jake comes back inside and he hops up onto the counter and pulls over a dial phone. He sees you look. Hey, don't judge me. I don't like any of these push button nonsense. Old Spinny for me as he turns the rotary phone and picks it up. Hey, Tyrone. Yeah, and your mother was. Yeah, and your mother spread her legs too. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Next week. Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I got a job. No. It's all above board. Well, mostly above board. Well, okay. 20% above board. But it's not stolen. Probably. We got I need some extra body work done on a cab, and I need it to be off the record, you know? Yeah, I know. But the customer's paying up front. Yeah, I thought you'd like that. All right. How many of you boys can you loan me? Yeah, I know you're busy. Aren't we all? I don't care about your sister. All right. Sorry. Yeah. I know. Okay. All right, I'll let him know. He hangs up. So.
You have me some good news?
Yeah. So. That's interesting. So, yeah. Looks like we could cut it down to 2 days for 800. But, he says, holding up his claws, don't get your hopes up. If the undercarriage of this thing is a mess, and the suspension needs to be replaced and all sorts of other stuff, then it's gonna be, this is gonna be, 4 days. But, that's with pulling him and his sister shop in too. I know that some people aren't against women doing man's work, but his sister and him learned at the feet of their dad doing the mechanicking stuff, and they're both real good, and she's one of them suffragettes, you know what I mean? But she's a doll, and she's good with her hands, and she could crush me like a tin can, so I don't want to insult her.
Nice.
So
800 flat, and I gotta have it by this weekend. So if you need to take anything out of it, I need you to get it back to me by tomorrow.
she hands him 80 platinum.
All right.
Did you need to take anything out of the vehicle?
And she's gonna go over and take her stuff out of it.
Okay, cool. You're leaving the guns in, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Cool.
They're gonna need.
All right. And the keys?
Are they attached to your kung fu action group?
I need to get it over there if I'm gonna work on it.
Can I stay here while you work on it?
I mean, it's not gonna be here.
Well, wherever it's going. This is my life.
Listen, Tyrone and his boys, they don't like visitors. There's there's some people in the city who might take objection to the way they make their money. You do remember that he called it a chop shop.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a strict no customers visit, no customers policy, if you know what I mean. But I promise that whatever's done to it, I'll watch over every step of it. You can ask Tall and Metal back there in the back. My word's good.
Nadia's definitely clenching her teeth, like trying, like she's fighting, like
to actually handle.
Yeah, no, it's just like painful. She drops it in his hand and like immediately just clenches it, like ugh.
Thank you. Your show of trust is great.
I imagine there's a very aggressive internal monologue happening.
Yeah, he goes over to a receipt pad and he writes you out an invoice.
If anything bad happens to it, you're going to lose your shop.
Trust me, if anything bad happened to if anything bad happens to it, I won't be around long enough to worry about it. When I said I gave my word, I meant it. So,
okay.
He writes you out not on the actual like invoice pad, but he like tears off one pair of them, the regular and the carbon copy, and he writes you out basically a claim check for the work, and then he gives you your copy, and then he folds the other one and sticks it in his pocket. Then he touches the side of his snout with one finger and winks. So, what can I do for the rest of you? Now, while you guys are deciding that, Rin, you're walking down the street, just trying to pass the time, and your foot kicks something on the ground.
Alright.
And you look down, and you pick it up, and it's a coin purse. Heavy and clinking.
Alright.
You hold it in your hand for a second, and just then an angry voice bellows, Hey, that's my money! And, two thugs, walk out of the alleyway and says, this person, it says very loudly, this person's trying to rob me. Isn't that right, Brutus? Yeah.
Oh boy.
But I'm feeling pretty generous, so if you just hand me back my wallet and, pay me a small fee, we can forget all about this.
Tell you what, why don't we deal with this in the alleyway right here, and we can ensure that happens.
Yeah, in the alleyway, Brutus says, as he... The closest thing to a troll that is still human. Big, craggy brow, craggy, like, forehead, unibrow. Looks like he was built like a box. Barrel chest, wide shoulders, small neck. He kind of tries to crack his knuckles, but like only half of them really crack. And he steps to the side, and the guy gestures into the alleyway. Yeah, why don't you go ahead and step on in?
The moment I do, I toss it over their head, unwrap the sheath, and draw it on them.
Do you have quick draw?
No,
No, you
not
wouldn't
yet.
have quick draw, yeah. So the guy goes.
I figured the distraction would be enough to give me time.
It would get you enough time to unwrap it, certainly. You could probably even draw, but it would not be enough time to. You could even start to draw it, but it wouldn't give you enough time to
attack.
Strike with it.
PT dubs, no quick draw feat.
That sucks. I'll get to you in just a second, Chad. The guy looks and sees the clink over the alley, and then looks back and says, "Why, what the hell?" And, get her! And Brutus charges at you. And, he... Yeah, so, he takes a swing at you, and you quickly sidestep. And, there's a chance for you to get a counter-strike in.
Okay. Can I cast a spell in doing so?
Only if you have the Warcaster feat.
So I couldn't do Green Flame Blade with it.
Warcaster feat allows you to make a spell attack as part of an attack of opportunity. Otherwise, you cannot.
Okay, it was an attack of opportunity. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, well,
that definitely hits. Four damage. Are you remembering your D4?
I rolled the Oh yeah, I had not rolled that yet. I forgot to put that in additional.
Yep. You do a D4 fire.
Oh, I forgot to. Okay, I forgot to turn
That's
off
fine.
the.
I can see it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So 7 damage is quite a lot. And you like he rushes by trying to like run in and grab you like a bear hug, kind of thing, and you step back, like your years of sword fighting, kenjutsu, I guess would be, your years of kenjutsu training kick in. You quickly step back into the side, and then in a swift motion, you cut him down the back, and he falls to the ground bleeding. Brutus? What the hell is he? Pulls a gun and tries to shoot at you. Oh, okay. So he rolled a natural 20.
Oof,
so
okay.
he critically hits, and So your back is turned as you're doing the strike, and he shoots you in the shoulder.
How much?
For 18 damage.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a critical. Luckily, it's only a times 2
Reaction.
handgun. Yes.
Reaction.
Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke.
All right, roll your damage.
I believe it was. Let me double check this.
I think it's like 46 or something.
No, but 2d10.
2d10. Okay. That's enough to put him down too. Make sure you add 2 soul shards, 2 soul fragments.
I will put that on my notes.
Excellent. And you walk over and you pick up the bag of money. It's got 15 gold in it.
And just, you know what? They started this. They knew what they should have known what they were walking into. So I'm just going to finish them off.
Oh, they're already dead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, they're dead. You
Okay,
did 14 fire damage to a street thug. He's down for the count.
You said there were 3 of them at least?
No, there was 2.
Okay. That's going to sting for a bit.
Yep. So you make your way back.
And
yeah.
look to see if there's anything in the way of medical supplies or anything that I can wrap it up with at least.
How do you want to go about medical supplies?
Wait, I was there when he dished out the potions, wasn't I?
You were, if you got one or purchased one.
I thought... Did he dish it out to everyone, or I thought that was...
You guys got the chance to claim them. I believe formerly said that they wanted one.
Yeah. If you said you grabbed one, you grabbed one. Otherwise, I was enforcing them down people's throats.
I was thought he was handing out them out. Okay.
No, there were 3.
We only had... Yeah.
All right.
If we had 6, by all means, but no.
As far as I recall, I'll check the recording later.
No,
but I believe
fine.
only formally mentioned wanting one. But you guys did stop by Ramon, and he was willing to sell you potions. So if you purchased a potion earlier...
I don't remember doing that, so yeah, okay.
Do you want to try to just, like, wrap it, or just cauterize it closed, or what?
Fuck it. I'm going to slash it closed.
Alright.
Oh, fire.
You just cauterize the wound closed.
You could have went to Walgreens. It was founded in Chicago and exists at this time.
I'm not...
Several hours later, we find Ren just passed out in the back alley, apparently deciding that cauterizing was the better idea.
Too late now. It's on the record.
Yep. So, yes, you cauterize the wound closed and grit your teeth to keep from screaming in the pain. But the wound has stopped bleeding, and you can tear off a piece of his jacket to wipe the blood off.
This is going to be a pain.
Luckily,
this was a rental,
the
too.
bullet went all the way through, so...
This was a rental, though. This was a loan.
It was red. Oh, no, it was black.
It was black.
Yeah, well...
This is why you wear red.
You wear red if you're looking for trouble in alleyways. You can certainly... You have 15 gold in a bag. You can certainly go see if you can find someone to mend it. Or, just tell them you were mugged in an alley.
Well, yeah. Okay, so... Oh, fuck. Is there a church nearby?
Sure, why not? It's Chicago. There's probably one on every, couple blocks.
All right, I'm going to see if there's a actual cleric there that can,
Sure. Roll me a d20 just to see which church it is. All right, let's see.
The Church of the Fawns. Good choice.
Let's see. This is a church to... Oh boy, I can't believe that's one you got.
What?
It's a church to Yundala.
Do
Who
I
is
even want to know?
Yandala?
Why don't you
What's the
try a
Yundala?
religion check to know who Yundala is?
I'm not there, so I can't do that.
Talking about me.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yundala is the patron deity of the halfling the matriarch of the halfling pantheon and the patron deity of the halfling race.
should that mean anything to me?
Does it?
No.
Okay
Do you
then.
like halflings? Then we're
Her portfolio is fertility and protection, and her domains are life. So you're in luck. You found an actual church that does healing.
Okay.
There was a chance you got like the orc god who would have been the priest would have been like, suck it up.
I would have just been like
Sorry.
some assholes tried to run me of my money. They got what they deserved.
Yep.
That's still what I'm going to be like.
Okay, well, so you come in and the cleric takes one look at you and says, oh my goodness, what happened?
Some two thugs picked a fight with the wrong one.
Yeah, looks like. Are you, can I help you at all?
Yeah, and I'm willing to make a donation in exchange for it, just because I don't believe any deed should go unpaid.
Of course. Come, sit down.
And I will.
Take off that robe. Let me see that.
I'm gonna
slide it
hold
down
on
your
to
shoulders
over.
enough,
Yeah.
not to be indecent, but like stop it. You hold it, stop it above the chest, but they can
Yeah.
see your shoulder. Oh dear. It looks like
Got the bleeding stop.
look like they burned you too. Jeez.
No, that was me. Had to stop the bleeding somehow.
Well, I mean, she gives you a look like this fucking stupid person. Okay. Could have gone to a hospital, but instead, all right, whatever. Fucking kids these days.
Then I'd have to explain and and explain the fact that yes, they did pick a fight with the wrong person. And then there's the lawyers, and I just don't want to deal with that.
Of course. They can be so the police can be so judgmental about things like this.
Not to mention the fact that I'm more likely to be found guilty than given a fair trial, based on how things are.
Indeed. So let's see what we can do for you. She lays some healing on you, and let's see how much you get. You get 9 HP back.
Oh, good enough. Good enough for me to get walking again.
Sorry, that's the best I can do for this without some long-term care.
Don't worry, I know some people who'd be willing to finish the job, and I give her the 15 gold in exchange.
Oh, that's more than generous.
What can I say? They picked the fight with the wrong person.
Indeed. Now listen, before you go, and she ropes you into trying. You spend the next like 20 or 30 minutes, as she politely but insistently tries to convert you to her religion.
I just realized I didn't wrap up my sword again.
Yeah, no, it's still kind of there. leaning against the pew. And she sits there and she talks to you about the benefits of worshipping Yandala and how great her religion is and so on and so forth. So yeah, you spend a bit of time doing that.
Could I just do a counter persuasion just to make her doubt herself a little bit, just for that shit, just for shits and giggles?
You can try.
Oh. Okay. So, what you're
How
saying
dare.
is...
No, go.
So what you're saying is that you worship... So I'm going to... In the process of it, I'm just going to suddenly point out a few minor logical flaws with the fact, like, for example, healing someone who obviously has admitted to technically killing people.
So, death is part of life. However, you do point out that Yandala's more like a harvest god than and it's kind of odd that she's in the middle of the city. Also, you're not a halfling. But she but I can see that you're not just a human either. She taps the side of her nose. And Yandala may be a nurturing god, but her people are known for mischief.
You caught me.
She's known for her sense of mischief too. Listen, I don't need to know all the details. We've all got our secrets, of course. But keep us in mind, right? I think you could do good here.
At the very least, I will let you know if any hell's going to break loose.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, she still talks your ear off for like half an hour.
How dare this religious woman be religious in her fucking church? You're like, let me lecture her because she's talking to me about religion in her church.
So, back with our robot boy. You wanted to try and craft or buy mana cartridges. Now, you don't have access to second level spells yet, so you can't cast the spell. However, you could definitely show the spell formula to Jig and see if he could make some for you.
All right. I guess once he's done his phone call, do that.
Yeah.
He'll also have a laundry list of other things he wants to get, do, or get materials for.
Do you want to try crafting your cartridge device now?
Sure, let's give it a shot.
Okay, give me a... Just do a mad science. I know for a fact that you've got, like, as an artificer, you've got proficiency with tinker's tools, smithing tools, and alchemy, and together that's basically mad science. So just do me mad science. It's going to be d20 plus proficiency plus intelligence.
All right. Well, that'll just amount to any tool, so I'll just click this.
Yeah, any tool, basically. Okay, cool. So, do you want to let that stand? You guys do have 2 good blood points you can use. I'm not really, like, flipping them against you guys right now.
Now's not the time to fuck us over.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are just buying stuff. It's not really difficult.
What the fuck?
Alex, you need to stop dying.
Like
I'm sorry.
five-
I'm sorry.
Like 5 minutes. 5. Come on.
For 5 minutes. Could you not be yourself for 5 minutes? Could
Alright,
you
I'll
stop dying for 5 minutes? Alright. So yeah. Do you want to let that stand?
Oh, and now he's got. Okay. Let's see. I can reroll, or I could boost him, right?
You could reroll, or you could add a d6.
Yeah, I'll do the add.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d6.
Nice. So that's a 21.
Okay. Alright, and I'm going back to here. Alright, so actually I'll just leave it on that page, that's fine. We don't need to be in that, we can just go back to the title screen. Okay, so that's nice, that's a 21, funnily enough. So you managed to craft it. Or at least get the beginnings of it started. It's still going to take whatever your normal crafting time is. But you have completed the successful check for it.
Mm-hmm.
So just put in the crafting time over your month downtime, and you'll craft it.
Okay.
As for Jig, do you want to ask him about making the cartridges for you?
Yeah. Since I have like the beginnings of one, I'll just like once he's got him, just sort of, hey, Jake, take a look at this.
I assume that you got just like, it says that it creates the cartridge during the actual like casting of the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just makes it. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it says material components is a handful of refined gunpowder.
Yeah.
50 GP, which the spell consumes. So I'm gonna say like it's not just gunpowder. It's like a tiny bit of brass and some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It like magically shapes itself into the cartridge.
Yeah.
Which is
Some
inside
sort
that
of-
50 GP.
Yeah.
So you bring forward a pile of gunpowder and some gold, and you grab like a pile of gunpowder off a shelf. It's like a pepper box of it basically, and some sheets of brass, and you come over with the spell formula and the diagrams and everything, and he takes a look at it and he scratches his head and says, gee, I don't know, man. I never tried something like this before, but what's our motto?
As my brain just stalls for a second there.
The store's official the store's official motto or unofficial motto is don't ask questions, don't get answers.
Yeah. Well, you already failed up asking a question.
No. The other one. If it's gonna
There's always a
explode,
solution.
if it's gonna explode, make sure it explodes real pretty. All right, let's do this. As he rubs his claws together and he holds up the sheet in one hand and moves his hand in an arcane gesture, because it does have a somatic component, right?
As I pull up the sheet, smacking material. Yep.
Somatic and
The material is the gunpowder and all that. Yeah.
Oddly enough, it does not have a verbal component. So he pulls up, he moves his hands and his claws in an arcane gesture over the materials, and he... What the fuck is this? As he holds out a bit of it to you.
That is going to be what I'm going to make something out of.
No, this right here is as he points, as he like gestures to one of the hand motions that he's supposed to be doing.
Huh.
Is that a J figure or is that a number 2? You know, with the curly sweep at the end.
Try just giving it a hold on. Just tries to do it with fingers that are definitely not the same sort of equipment that Jig is working with here. A lot less arthritis.
Yeah, okay. Alright, and go. And he completes the spell, and you get 4. You get 4 cartridges out of it. I'm sorry, 5 cartridges, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. Got a good roll on that one, apparently.
Yeah. You get 5 cartridges out of it. Boop. And so the brass lifts up and splits into several smaller sheets, which roll into cartridge containers. And the black powder, the gunpowder lifts itself in and fills in before the brass folds over and crimps. And the vessel itself fills with magical energy so that it almost hums in your hand when you pick one up. And then, poof, 5 of them land on the counter and roll around a little bit. Whew! That took it out of me.
Oh, boy. Now she need to get this and put it in my arm.
He just gives you a kind of raised eyebrow, a scaly raised eyebrow. And yeah, okay, whatever. First one's free because you taught me the spell, but after that I'm going to have to charge you a small fee to do it.
Alright, sounds fair.
Say, you pay for the materials and 10 gold for casting.
Sounds good.
Right.
Alright.
Alright, so the
Now,
rest of you. Did you need anything else? He looks over at Francis.
In the book, did I learn anything new and useful about Underdark creatures?
I mean, yeah, you learned lots of
About
useful
what?
things.
Did I learn things that they don't like very much?
A lot of them really don't like daylight, and quite a few of them also really don't like being set on fire. But then again, most things don't like being set on fire.
Okay.
Several of them do specialize in acid damage or poison.
Okay. And this place is a shop that does like gadgets, right? Not magic stuff.
I mean,
Or do
he
they
did
also
just sell
do
a
magic?
magic sheath, and he did
Oh,
just
yeah.
make magic bullets.
That's true. I'm looking for
They're
something
2
that's
artificers.
right. I'm looking for something that's resistant to acid. You happen to have anything like that lying around?
What do you want? Like gloves?
Gloves, body armor, anything like that.
I mean, I could do something. What are you doing? Are you doing swimming in it or what? You just are you one of them budding alchemists or hooch brewers or whatever they're called right now? Moonshiners and some shit like that.
Something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
I see you want to be protected from splashes, not submerged.
Yeah, that's correct.
I see. Well, I mean, we can make you something out of some stiff rubber and what do you look? What do you wear? Looks like a size 8? No. 12 at least. Those shoulders, probably a 13. Let's see.
I would say about 13.
15 you said?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. One of them wide-ass people. All right, let's see. He hops down and goes deeper into the shop, and he goes through some racks and he slides them down. All right, let's see. 14, 17. Is it 22? What the fuck do we have one of those? 8, 9, 9, 10. Here we go. So he pulls out so he pulls out comes back with this long it looks like a reinforced leather jacket.
Okay.
This counts as, let's see. This counts as, where's the armor? Scroll up, right? Yeah. This would count as a Kevlar-lined coat. For the purposes of stats.
Okay.
Except that stats only. It's a thick leather jacket with like a rubber coating on it to help resist the acid. And he says, "All right, this thing, it's got the standard suite of anti-lint, anti-stain enchantments, the usual BS, and this one's also it's designed for alchemists really, but should do you pretty well in the hooch or whatever you doing. So it's gonna be 150 gold, and it counts as the Kevlar line code for the purpose of stats, and it gives you resistance to acid damage.
So everybody's still in the same shop, right? Like I would see him talking about this thing and whatnot,
Yes.
right?
Are you interested?
So Nadia would be walking up and being like, so what's the latex suit for?
Well, I do work for a distillery.
It's a long coat, actually.
I was making a comment about the rubber.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I said, well, I do work for a distillery. Coming into contact with acids is not uncommon, and my previous garment has become a bit worse for wear. And yeah, I can think I can agree to the price of 150.
Excellent. Well.
So I'll hand him the coins.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for your business. As he hands you back, as he hands you the thing. He just passes the coat and he says, "Oh, give me a sec." As he takes the hanger back from it. I gotta keep these things. As he tosses it into a bin behind the counter.
I appreciate doing business with you.
Same. Come on back and see us again. And anyone else want anything? You there with the cello case? You've been kind of quiet.
I don't have a real need for anything right now.
Yeah, okay, if you're sure. You Hey, you interested in you interested in any of the stuff we got on special today? As he says to all of you.
What exactly do you have on special?
Exactly.
Well, I got a new stock of stuff in. Let's see what we got here. I got let's see. I got a bag of holding come in, but it's Paisley, unfortunately. No taste on some people, I swear. as he places that on the counter. I
Real
got this.
shame.
Yeah, I know it's ugly as sin, but like I said, no counting for taste. I got this vial of Dastis or other. It looks like a small vial with a stopper with a small chain on it. That's shaped like a small pixie. This called Dust of Disappearance. It makes you invisible if you sprinkle it on you. And I got this ring. It's he pulls it out and places it on the counter. It's a garnet ring of resistance to fire. It's supposed to make you burn less when stuff hits you. Got let's see. I got let's see. Oh, here we go. I got a sword sheath of sharpness as he plonks down a leather sheath. Uh, looks like it's green, like a dark forest green.
You didn't tell me you had more than one sheath.
Well, you didn't ask.
I said,
the
do you have
file.
any sheaths? And you said, I have a sheath. I thought that a sheath meant one sheath.
You want a different one?
It
I'll sell
depends.
you
Is that
another
one
one.
not going to be super bright?
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know how it do. So
I've
basically,
never had a sword. I don't know how any of this shit do.
so the sheath of sharpness adds +1. Your first attack after you draw it does +1 damage.
Can I trade in the sheath that I bought for the sheath?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll just call it an even trade.
Extremely fair.
Whoa! She paid 200 for that one, and you said 50 for that one. You're giving her giving him the difference.
What?
You said it was 50 for
No,
the. You didn't?
No.
I
I never
heard 50.
listed a price for any of these.
That is a good point, though. How much is the other sheath? I don't mind getting stiffed a little bit, because I did make you take a bit of the price off on the other one, but, like, you know.
Well, I mean, this sheath is actually 120, but
I can keep the change.
it takes out the case that the flaming sheath was in and carefully puts it inside and closes the case and then hands you the dark forest green sheath, which once again sizes itself to fit your sword.
That's one of the wonderful things about magic stuff. It'll fit.
Well, I mean, when you get an artificer to make it for you, it does. Let's see. I got a couple potions here. As he pulls out you seen one of you guys have been to like a Waffle House or something, right? So you've seen like that little carrying thing that they have all the syrups in. It's got like a little ring that you can pick it up and move it around the table.
Yeah.
Something like that, but for potion bottles.
Oh, that's so cute.
I got a potion for resistance against acid. I got one that'll make you better at climbing. Got a couple healing potions here, some overstock. And I got this great sword in the back that someone commissioned and then never fucking took from me. And listen, I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I got a couple special rounds, you know what I'm saying?
What's for a special round?
Well, you ever heard of an arrow of slaying?
No.
You can do an arcana, if you'd like.
I would like.
Ooh,
Hell
that's
yeah.
very good.
That is not good.
Oh, Francis. Oh no.
Oh, my poor sweet summer child. Okay. Is that everyone?
Nadia?
I mean, you don't have to.
Hmm.
But if you want to, you can roll.
Arcana checks.
I don't do arrows.
Okay, cool. So, Shamrock and Gray, you know that an arrow of slaying is meant to slay a particular kind of creature. If a creature belonging to the type, race, or group associated with arrow of slaying takes damage, creature must make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, taking an additional 6d10 piercing damage on a failed save, or half as much extra damage on a successful one. So this kind of thing, we, someone commissioned, one of these for, well, as he looks both ways. I mean, hey Sham, are these people cool?
We're super cool.
They're good enough.
They're good enough, alright. Someone has been asking around about dragon slaying rounds.
We're in the middle of Chicago. Where the fuck are people finding dragons?
Actually, you would know, because this is common knowledge, I'm not even going to make you roll, that your area has a regional dragon. It's about 5 miles outside the city.
And they run the shit.
Oh
Is she
my
in the lake?
What?
Is the dragon in the lake?
Yep.
Yes, and she gives out swords to random people and calls them king.
Oh my!
Yeah.
It's like the Chicago parrots, where there's just a native parrot colony. Only it's a dragon.
Yeah, well, so the dragon has claimed the lake
Yeah.
as their domain. And, they're making a tidy sum on fees to move boats through it.
Yeah. Yep.
Because if you
This
want
is
to take
there
a
for
straight
that.
line, you gotta pay a small fine to go through, a small fee to go through. Otherwise, you gotta go around for miles to get around. But yeah, so it looks like there's a dragon that's claimed the territory, and even though the Dragon Accords specifically spell out what happens to people who fuck with dragons, someone's looking to remove them. Listen, I don't like selling this shit any more than anyone else does, but I'm a businessman, and I remember rule number 1: don't ask questions, don't expect answers. So if you want to buy it, I'll sell it to you.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I figured.
Got a few more schematics if I'll poke at those, but
I do want to point out it was commissioned.
I was gonna say, if we find ourselves on a job where we're slaying a dragon, we'll come back here.
It was commissioned. If he's selling it without his permission, wouldn't it be better to have it than to have the other person have it?
Well, the other
Why?
person didn't pick it up. That's why he's selling it.
Still.
Yeah.
When
Some-
in doubt,
someone
just tell the dragon.
Yep. Someone was asking around about it. paying ridiculous sums of money to get stuff made in the rush order and then never came and pick it up.
Well,
Ninja Mook?
well, if anyone does pick it up, let me know.
Hey, you know the policy. No questions, no answers.
Yeah.
I like you, Shamrock, but you know about my confidentiality. No questions, no answers.
All right. Not asking you to tell me who sold, just that happened.
Just like I wouldn't tell anyone if you had bought it. I can't do
Well-
better than that.
About a lot good it'd be do for me, but
I mean, what about a fair piece of neutral information? You said that it was commissioned and that the person never picked it up, so that means that they are no longer your customer.
I didn't ask for no names, if that's what you're wondering.
Seems like an oversight on your part.
What is rule number 1 of this shop? Does anyone pay attention?
if it goes boom, it's fun.
No, that's rule number 2. Don't ask questions. Don't expect answers. That's the number 1 rule.
Chris, what was boom? No, that's Gobolds.
I don't ask any questions I don't want an answer to. And I don't expect them. Someone says they want something, that's great. I didn't ask for a name and he didn't give it.
Fair enough.
Shifty looking fella anyway.
Ain't they always?
You walked in here, didn't you? You interested in any of this crap?
Frankly, nah, but I got a few commissions I might be willing to put in for.
Sure. Anyone else?
I'm good personally.
I believe the rest of us are
Okay,
satisfied.
Cool. No takers on the potions?
No thanks.
No.
Okay, cool.
What kind of potions were they?
There's potions of climbing. There's a few cure potions, potions of healing, and then there's a potion of resistance against acid.
I'm gonna take one of the climb ones.
That's 180 gold.
Ooh. That's deep for a one-time use item.
I mean, hey, that's useful.
Nah, I'm gonna have to pass.
Alright. That's fine. I'm sure I'll find someone to sell it to. Alright, as he puts the stuff back. Well, if you guys need anything else, let me know. And since it is 10:30, we are going to call it there for the day. You guys, we are doing a 1-month time skip till the next session, between this session and the next. So when we come back next week, I've planned out what you're doing for that 1 month time.
Like I said, I already have mine planned out. So do you mind if I talk to you in private for a bit?
After this. I still
Yes.
gotta eat something tonight. But that's that. You guys, the training wheels have come off. So you guys are free to choose your own path now.
Oh boy.
If you guys want to go do whatever else, you guys are free to do it. Just let me know, before the session. That way I can, get some stuff planned.
My
Yep.
pet is getting the kobold laid.
Damn. I'm sorry. I wouldn't have.
That's the
If I didn't
first
know we were going to be there for that long. I should have gone on my own. I had nothing to do there. I had other stuff I was going to go do.
Yeah,
F
well,
the chat.
F's in the chat for Donovan.
F's in the fucking chat. I was like, I have 3 errands to run, and I was like, and I will wait, and I will wait, and I will run those 3 errands another time.
Yeah, you have a month to run
One day.
errands.
I have a while.
Yeah.
1 month
So,
later. Damn it, I forgot the eggs.
Keep in
would.
mind that if you guys are doing crafting or anything like that, there are, it's going to take time. If you guys want to do professions, whatever you guys do in your own downtime, I see this group as like you get together to do a job, and then you guys like split off to do your own thing, and then you guys do your own professions or whatever it is, then downtime, and then you guys get together again to do another job.
That
Kinda
never
like an
shows in my
Ocean's
house
11
again.
thing.
Maybe hang out on weekends.
Yeah, I mean, just whatever.
If
You guys aren't like tied
We
to
do
each
crimes
other.
together, and sometimes we have coffee.
One of you is a rum runner for an out of state group that runs them down the river. Another one of you guys is a taxi driver who's probably going to be doing that stuff during the day. So figure out what you guys are going to do, because we're going to start next session asking you guys to tell everyone what you've been doing for a month.
This is me holding out my hand to everyone saying, Fritz would like to cordially invite you to come and see a show at his place. If you have any interest, I would be very willing to write you
Not
out
there to
an
get the
entire
invite.
show.
Not there to get the invite.
Doesn't matter. We have a month. He probably would have gotten in contact with you at some point in time, just like, hey, do you want to watch sexy men's and women's dance around on stage?
So,
Hey, you want to come to my titty bar?
Hey, you want to go to my titty bar? It's a great time.
And watching
It's like
Fritz living.
It goes back. It's like the fridge has like a new business card just magnet to it's like, titty bar.
It's more tasteful than a titty bar.
It's a burlesque show.
Yeah.
More artistic.
not
Sometimes there's dominatrixes involved.
It's a titty bar with extra lights.
Sometimes the dominatrix is Fritz.
Like more interesting.
So,
Can I get a refund?
You guys have hit a milestone.
Woo.
So, you guys will level up to level 4. Make sure you have that done before next session.
I do have a question for something I would like to do.
Okay.
I would see with the head of the mob that we just worked for, if taking out some of the leftover goons that I sometimes come across with, say, 2 high-powered machine guns would be on the table there.
Just as a random example off the top of my head.
Just
I don't know, by chance I see them driving, I might happen to have to.
Just to happen to have them on hand.
happen to have
If
a
I
pair of
happen to
machine
have
guns.
access to two heavy machine guns, would you be interested?
Yeah, would that be fine? Like,
She's probably not gonna ask you, the cleaner, to gun down people with heavy military ordnance in the middle of a city.
But it's cool.
but I'm saying if I bring her a few, like, heads or something, and be like, I took them out on my free time.
Well, so you're asking to do some headhunting, basically.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, we can work that out
Oh.
over the week. Alright, so, thank you everyone for attending this episode of the Unsung City, and I wish you all a good night.